Hey everybody, welcome back to the Ranting Monkey channel. We're here for the after party. I still don't know how to start these shows. I never know what to say. I mean, I have the openings for, Lords of the Night and for Monkey in the Morning. This one I was just like, fuck it, we're going to talk again. I know we just did 5 hours, but I still got shit to say. It's my fault. I went to Twitter. I should know better. Twitter just does that to me. It just pisses me off. It makes me want to shout at the sky, shake my fist at the clouds. We're going to talk about Vince Vaughn. We're going to get into that a little more deeply than we did last show. We're going to talk about hashtag refund Warren. This shit is trending. Refund Warren. There's also, I can't remember if it's refund Sanders or refund Bernie. That one's, it's not trending, but it's out there as well. Trucker Matt, thank you so much. Dang it, Monk, I'm not even done with the replay. I'm sorry, that one's a real long one, by the way. Real long one. Thank you so much for the donation. I need to apologize to you guys. I feel like the last couple of shows, last 4 or 5 maybe, I just haven't been that good. The shows are, I guess they're okay. The guests have been great. I just feel like I've been kind of, I don't know, in a weird space, and it's coming through the microphone, and I'm not in a bad place or anything. It's just when I get done with them, like, oh, God, I didn't do very well. So I apologize if you felt that way too, and we'll see if I can't make up for that here. Because, oh my God, I get done with them like, oh, that sucked. That sucked. I need to be better. Damn it. Speaking of being better, as you guys know, sometimes I look for a story before the stories. And this one today is kind of one of those that I was just like, are you fucking kidding me? So I've been thinking about making videos again. We talked about this on the other show. And I'm really not sure how I want to approach them. One of the things I want to do is I want to get more into what I do believe rather than just fucking with what other people say, responding to their stupid shit. And as I look at the things I do believe in, of course, you guys can probably guess. You can probably guess that one of those things would be free speech, because that is quite important to me. I believe in it a lot. And while I'm not an absolutist, I'm as close as I can feel comfortable with. I have no problem with laws against, inciting crime against directly, like, hey, I'm going to kill you. That should be illegal. See, but there's nuance there. There's nuance there because you can say that jokingly, somebody pitch, I'm going to kill you. It's a joke, or it's not meant seriously. But if somebody says it seriously, yeah, I don't have a problem with that being an issue for the government, because that's threatening a crime. But in most other instances, I believe in unfettered free speech, unabridged free speech, as the Constitution promises. Duck Dog, thank you. Shouldn't refund Warren be Indian give Warren? Oh my God. I should have read that before I read that. Thank you, Duck Dog. I'm not touching that. I read it, YouTube. It was a donation. It's not my fault. Save those for after the first 10 minutes, Duck Dog. We're still in the first 5. And what? Fuck it. This one's going to get it anyway because of what I'm going to talk about here. I got a comment on an old video. Actually, I got a few comments on old videos, but this one is like, what the fuck? So it was the Bill Maher video. For those of you who don't know the situation, this happened, 2 years ago, year and a half ago? I don't remember. But Bill Maher was talking to a senator or a congressman, I can't remember what, who invited him to come out, I think it was Montana, to come out and enjoy the wide open spaces of the tundra or whatever the fuck they have there. And Bill Maher, he's like, no, Congressman, that's not for me. I'm a house nigga. And while everybody in the audience laughed, and those of us with a sense of humor all laughed, a few people got offended. Oh, he used that word. Now, it should be noted, he wasn't insulting anybody. He wasn't calling a black person that. He wasn't being racist. He made a joke using a reference we would all get. And for that, he had to apologize to Ice Cube. The next week they had Ice Cube booked, so he became the ceremonial Negro, the leader of the Negroes that Bill Maher had to suck up to because he used a word. He used a word. Over on the Streamlabs, Oh, I meant to do this too. Over on the Streamlabs. Thank you so much, Pumpkin Trucker, who says, not that good lately. Don't worry. That happens to a lot of men sometimes. They even make a little blue pill for it. What's one more pill? Thank you so much. And between streams, Jaeger Pony, thank you so much for the donation, who said, Canadians may whine, but we love your imperialism. Thank you, America. Have spray cheese. Thank you so very much for that. My problem with Bill Maher and his apology there. One, this is Bill Maher. He had a show literally titled Politically Incorrect. He had to change that when he went to HBO because that is still owned by ABC, so he couldn't use it. But he's still politically incorrect. This is the guy who, no matter what I thought of his politics, he would still stand up for people's right to say things. He would defend comedians who got in trouble for their edgy jokes. He defended Roseanne Barr, who arguably said something much more horrible than he did by today's standards. I thought it was funny, but you can't make jokes about people. Oh no. So he gets there and he apologizes, and this really irritated me. It's really irritated me because I believe in free speech, and especially when it comes to things like comedians, I believe they should have pretty much free reign to make jokes. Jokes are jokes, people. You need to act. The people who get pissed off at jokes are the ones who desperately need to learn to laugh at them. You need to lighten up, untwist those knotted panties, and relax a little bit. You'll be fine. It's just a fucking joke. And Bill used to stand up for that until it was his turn in the crosshairs. This is a man who stood up for himself when he told the world, and not jokingly, just outright meaning it, that the terrorists were the brave ones on 9/11. That's what got his show canceled on ABC. That's what ended Politically Incorrect. But because he dropped an N-bomb, oh no, I got to go find the nearest black person I can apologize to. It was fucking pathetic. It was fucking pathetic. But I got a comment on this video. And the comment was that freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom of consequences. He was facing the consequences. Was he? Is that since I just dropped that word, does that mean I need to find a black person to apologize for? Is that the proper consequence? When I talk to Satsu tonight, should I, oh dude, I'm so sorry. I dropped an N-bomb talking about a story. That's fucking retarded. Yeah, this was definitely not getting monetized. It's fucking retarded. It's a dumbass idea that's the consequence for what he did. Now, the consequences is some people got mad. That's it. He didn't lose his job. He didn't have to apologize. He just said, fuck you guys. It was a joke. Get over it. But he's facing the consequences. That's some fucking stupid shit. What consequence? What was the consequence there? There were some pissed off people, and he could have ignored them. I understand the idea that freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom from consequence. I get that. I really do. And I've talked about it at length. However, this isn't something that should even have a consequence. If some people want to get mad, fine. We have such the new Puritans out there who are trying to take away the fun of everything. Oh, we can't say those words. Shh. Children might hear you. Are you insane? You're going to hurt somebody's feelings. Stop it. Stop it. Officer Buck, thank you so much. New Lords of the Night segment, N-word confessional forgiveness. Oh, yeah, that would be awesome. It'd be awesome. We'll bring people on to apologize to Satsu. Apologies can be given in monetary form to his Streamlabs. It's just so fucking stupid. So fucking stupid. But it's not freedom from consequence. Nobody said it was freedom from consequence, you dumbass. What I said in that video is that he stood up for everybody but himself. When it's his turn to be in the spotlight, instead of doing what he's done for everyone else, he turned into a quivering pussy. And I had a problem with that. And I stand by what I said in that fucking video. So if you're out there and listening, shut up. I appreciate the feedback, but what the fuck are you talking about? Fuck are you talking about? I didn't say there should be no consequences for speech. Anyway, guys, how are you guys doing? You enjoying your Tuesday so far? You know what? There was a YouTube asked a question, and I'm very curious, guys. YouTube asked, "What do you think your subscribers have learned from you?" Thank you, Officer Buck. Forgive me, black man, for I have sinned. No, it's Blackman. It's uh, Blackman. Like you got to put the little dash in there, like Spider-Man. Oh God. Anyway, they want to know what do you think your audience has learned from you? And I thought about like, Jesus, has my audience actually learned anything from me? And I made a joke about it, of course, because that's what I do. But hi, Puppy. Poppy is so cute. Have you guys ever seen Poppy? She has beautiful eyes. Um, have you guys learned anything from me? Have you, if you sat down, like, what have you learned from Ranting Monkey? What would you say? Is there something? I mean, I talk a lot, but I don't remember what I've said. Somebody said that midget porn is beautiful or good or something like that, and that's not wrong. That's not wrong, but I do wonder, what do you guys get from the show? What do you guys get? Are you actually entertained? Are you informed? Are you humored? Are you all those? And I'm not fishing for compliment. I'm honestly curious here because between shows, I went and found the full Stefan Molyneux video. I played the clip on the first show. I watched that for the full thing, and I was like, "This is dull as fuck. This is some really weird shit." So then I went over and watched another one of his videos. I didn't watch the whole thing, of course. I didn't have time. One moment. I'm so sorry about that, guys. That is rude. That's when I need a producer to pause me. Anyway, I watched this other video and I was jumping around. He has a call-in show that he does. I was like, oh, wow. It's very, I don't want to say preachy, but it was like being in church. This guy called in. He was asking about his kid. His 19-month-old kid is showing signs of attitude. He's wondering about disciplining him. And Stefan was like actually preaching to him about what the Bible says you should do with what you do to the least of us, you do to me. And I'm like, the fuck am I even watching here? So I don't know what his audience would get from that, but apparently they like it and good for them. I'm not judging them. I was just like, that's weird. I don't even do that. I don't know scripture. I couldn't tell you guys. I know a little bit. Parts that I remember and stuff. Thank you, Nyala. Learned the mom from Back to the Future was a hoe bag. Well, yeah, that's true. That's true. But yeah, I this is something I've started to think about because I really do want to take my channel a little more seriously. That doesn't mean I'm going to. It just means I want to. So I've been thinking about stuff like this, and I was like, wow. Banter from the average man. That's what I get and what I want. Cool. I appreciate that. Boss to learn back. Okay, we're more Back to the Future stuff. Yeah, that was going to come back to bite me in the ass. Learn the cereal is soup. Learn the term Downsy eggs. Wow. I've learned not to learn from you. That's probably a good idea, Ebony. Learn that we need white women reform. We do. Common sense white women reform. Yeah, I don't like a good tumble down the stairs, but I do take a few of those. I've learned that lots of people's lives make you sad. Well, they do. They really do. Cryptic, thank you so much. Hello, Monkey, my old friend. You've come back to talk to us again. Yes. And is that a song? Are you doing that? Hello, Monkey, my old friend. You've come back to talk to us again. My throat is very dry. I talked a lot earlier. I've been talking since 9 o'clock last night. So I didn't do a whole lot of talking during that one. The guys really had it. And I butted in when I had something to say, but a lot of the stories, all I could go, yeah, I agree with you guys. But then I didn't talk much during the game stream, but after that, man, I've been talking nonstop. Learn about your gay hair and that you have worldviews about Marty's. You guys, Marty's mom is a popular one here. Anyway, employment equal gumball machine. Yeah, I do have a few weird things. Learn that Monkey's not as funny as he thinks he is. Probably not. I do think I'm quite humorous. Actually, it surprises me sometimes people tell me I'm funny because I do think I'm funny, but I don't think I express it very well, just like this, just the regular talking. Cryptic, thank you so much. Yes, indeed, Simon and Garfunkel. That was a answer on Jeopardy last night. It was they had a category, songs with water or some stupid shit, water songs, I think it was. And was a bridge over troubled waters was one of theirs. Did you even talk about Yavin in the last stream? Yes, I did, Jason. I talked about that stupid shit quite a bit. Probably 20, 25 minutes in. I don't remember how far in it was, but yeah, I talked about her. Okay, I guess we got to get to the main topics, huh? Which one should we cover first? Should we do Vince Vaughn or should we cover Elizabeth Warren? I'll let you guys vote. Give me a 1 for Vaughn and 2 for Warren. Let's see what's going on. Bridge Over Troubled Water, the number one song in the 1970s. Yeah, I think the thing was it was their only number one song or something like that. I can't remember. Monkey taught me about the Christian Science Monitor. Indeed. Oh, wow. You guys are split. This is not helping me. All right, looks like the ones might have it. All right, we'll go with Vince Vaughn first. Voting's over. Good job. So Vince Vaughn was at the LSU Clemson. Is Clemson, right? I forget who the loser. Nobody cares who the losers are. The national, the NCAA college championship game last night, where the LSU Tigers won. Good for them. But Trump was there. He came out for the national anthem, and the place went nuts. And Twitter lost their shit because how dare anybody like Donald Trump? Actually, there's a conspiracy theory going around that they pumped the applause into the arena, and the other one was that it was 2 southern states, so of course they liked him because he's all racist and shit like the southern states. These people are still stuck in their own past, aren't they? But then an interesting thing happened. Sitting in the box with Trump as he's watching the game is Vince Vaughn, who shook his hand and talked to him. Oh my God. Seriously, that's the trouble for Vince Vaughn. That's why he needs to be canceled. Vince Vaughn, he needs to be canceled because he talked to the president, and the president's a shitbag. Like, wow. That's a pretty low bar. I would look. I'm not a fan of Obama, but even now, if I got to meet the man, I would shake his hand and talk to him. I've often said we've been asked, if you could ask anybody a question, or if you could ask or you could talk to anybody, who would you talk to? I've often said President Obama. I'd like to talk to somebody I disagree with, and speaking to an American president would be awesome. I don't understand this hatred to the point of I won't even talk to him. They're literally treating like Voldemort. These are people who grew up reading Harry Potter and can't get out of the Harry Potter world. And so you can't even acknowledge that thing over there. If you acknowledge it, it'll come back or something. I don't know what the they never quite did explain in Harry Potter what would happen if you said Voldemort's name. It's not like he would suddenly appear, but they whispered it. He who shall not be named. And they want to do this to Trump. They want to make him a non-person. You're not even allowed to speak to the man. They did a similar thing, but it was on a much nicer scale with Ellen and George Bush. How dare she talk to him? He was mean to the gays. And it's fucking retarded, man. It's fucking retarded. Moonshock says, I fucking hated Obama, but I still respected the man as my president. Indeed. I think he did a lot of dirty shit. I think he probably should have been impeached and probably thrown in prison. But he's still an American president. That didn't happen. I would love to sit down with President Obama and go, what happened with Fast and Furious? And get him to explain it to me in his words. I think that would be awesome. I think it would be an interest. I think it would be an exercise in what the fuck are you talking about? But I still think it would be really interesting. Um, I don't understand the kind of hate that makes you say, we can't even talk to this person. Can't even talk to this person. And if you do, you have to be canceled. Voldemort actually had a homing spell put on his name or something like that. They did explain it. Kingslayer, I must have look. It's been a long time since I read it, but thank you for that. I still think if like 50 people were saying it at once, that it would be okay if they're not in the same location. He can't go to them all. And I think, look, if he's the worst man in the world, you say his name, he homes in, and you have somebody standing there and zap his ass. You're fine. Don't turn it into a bunch of quivering pussies. That's not how you beat something. Lamented Guy, thank you so much. Bets when journos tweet Trump's name like this, and he's got the Trump with the asterisk and the U. Probably not too long. We can't say his name. Oh no. If we do, something bad might happen. It's fucking retarded. And so now Vince Vaughn, he shook the hand of the president and talked to him for a minute, and he's got to be canceled. Last I saw, it was number one. Yeah, it's still trending number one on fucking Twitter. That's where we are as a world, man. Or I should say, that's where we are as a Twitter nation. It is it's absolutely fucking insane. This is funny as fuck. Okay, I don't know if this guy is serious or I don't know the story behind the guy. I haven't looked into him, but this is what he tweeted. I'm very sorry to have to share this video with you, all of it, every part. And here's what it is. It's Vince Vaughn talking to President Trump. Oh crap! I forgot to turn the volume off. Whoops, that's not it. I need a producer. There we go. He talked to President Trump. I'm sorry to have to share this video. That's what he did. This is what he did that it was so horrible. He spoke with the sitting president and shook his hand. And he's got to be a non-person now, you guys. We can't have people who talk to the president like a person. I don't know, talking, looking at people. What's he going to do? What's the worst that's going to happen because he did this? And for the record, I have the same problem with people who like if you don't want to see Vince Vaughn's movies now because he shook the president's hand, like if Old School was your favorite movie ever, but now you're not going to watch it because he talked to Trump, then you're a fucking idiot. I don't do this canceling actors because they have a political position I don't agree with, or they spoke to a politician I don't agree with. It's fucking retarded. When did we get to the point we're not allowed to talk to each other? And we've been here for a while, but it's getting even worse. I thought, real quick, thank you, Sir Wolfgang. They want to burn the heretic at the stake. You're not wrong. He talked to Trump. Oh, sorry, that was my phone. I turned on my alerts because Lady Monkey's not here. So we're gonna have to deal with that if it goes off. Sorry, guys. If she needs something, I have to be able to make sure I hear my phone. It is absolutely stupid to cancel somebody's art or cancel them as a person because of their views. Now, if you have somebody like, I don't know, say you thought Kathy Griffin went too far with her Trump head thing, and you're like, I'm not supporting that at all. All right, I guess I get it. It doesn't change the acting she's done. But if you say, I don't want to support that person anymore, okay, I get it, I guess. I just don't go to that extreme with these idiots. They tend to do shitty stuff anyway in my experience, so I don't pay attention. Jean-Luc Picard, Patrick Stewart, he just came out and said that his new show Picard is going to take on Trump and Brexit. And okay, he's a lefty. He's in Hollywood. Who's fucking surprised by this? Who's surprised by that? Does it make him no longer a good actor? The storylines will probably be shit. That doesn't make him any less of a good actor. But yeah, we has to cancel him, y'all. We can't have people out there with differing opinions. God damn it. M says Picard is best. You know, I love Picard. And Lady Monkey saw the commercial for this for the first time the other day, and she goes, "What is that?" And like, it's a new Star Trek. And my comment to her was, "I hope they don't fuck that up. I know they're going to, but I hope they don't fuck it up because I love Picard. Picard was a great captain, a very good, a good follow up to Kirk, who was brash and a little, I don't want to say unhinged, but a little rough and tumble sometimes. And so you bring in Picard, who's a great Sir Wolfgang, thank you. Instead of OK Boomer, we will have OK Picard. This is nice. Oh, for God's sake. I wasn't talking to you. Now my phone's actually listening to me. I didn't say the G word. Why are you? You know what? Google. Oh, shit. I just said it. Okay. I love my Pixel, but the little voice assistant thing, a little bit too touchy. A little too touchy. My last one I didn't have this problem with. You need to fix it. But where was I? Oh, I hope they don't fuck up Picard. I love Picard. He was a strong captain. He would make tough decisions when he had to, but he was a violence is a last resort kind of thing. And I like that. But there were also times, I mean, when he destroyed the Borg by implanting the conscious into it, and he accidentally did that, that was awesome. And the follow-ups that came from that, the interaction, Picard was awesome. Picard, when he became a Borg, oh my God, and the stuff after when he was tortured by the Romulans, Picard was awesome. Please don't fuck up Picard, CBS. I know you're going to, but can you just have him retire after the first episode and put some other jackass in there? Have his like great-great-grandson be the new Picard. Don't fuck up Picard. And it looks like they, from the trailers I've seen, like they're basically going to try to do a Firefly kind of thing with it. Don't do that. Don't do that. Picard was as diplomatic as syphilis. Picard was great. I mean, he was the Teddy Roosevelt of the captains. Speak softly but carry a big stick. He wasn't afraid to threaten somebody, but he also his first instinct was always to try to make peace. Lamented Guy, thank you. New comeback for Greeny Wackos. Okay, Doomer. Nice. Thank you for the donation. Firefly was good, though. Firefly was good. The last episode, unfortunately, was crap. I wish they'd gotten a better ending. And then Serenity, I know some of you guys love it, but dear Christ, that movie sucked. Okay, let me rephrase that. The movie itself didn't suck. They just went in there and they retconned some of the shit from the show, which they didn't have to do. And we basically got a second origin story because they have to explain to audiences who haven't seen Firefly what's going on. You don't have to do that, movies. You don't have to do that. You actually wasted valuable time that could have been put towards a better story. Thank you, Trucker Matt, who says, "Dear CBS, remember, there are 4 lights." Indeed, indeed. But that last time, I swear, I saw 3. Oh, man, that part was heartbreaking. Stewart is such a great actor. He might be an idiot when it comes to politics, but I got to be honest with you. I don't turn to Patrick Stewart for my political thoughts. It's never occurred to me to go, I wonder what Jean-Luc Picard thinks of Donald Trump. I don't look at him that way. I'm again not one of those people who thinks that celebrities should keep their mouths shut. They have a right to speak just like I do. I just think a lot of them say a lot of stupid shit and that they should probably get more educated before they do it. When I hear Cisco, I think of the Thong Thong song. I didn't hate Cisco, but I didn't like the DS9 got boring to me. I got to be honest with you. And I dropped out before the Dominion War and all that because it's boring. It's a fucking floating space station. I like them going out and exploring. But then they brought us Voyager, and oh god, I tried, you guys. I swear I did. I swear. Want to remind you guys right now, P-Dog Night should be streaming over on his channel. I don't know if he's live yet, but if you're normally a viewer of his, please go watch. you can always come back here and watch the replay later. Yeah, but support him, please. And if you're not a regular viewer, go over there, check it out, say hi, and give him a like. That is P Dog Night. Go check out his channel. Is he live yet, guys? Does anybody know? My preference is Picard, Cisco, Janeway, Kirk. Wow. You put Kirk last? Wow. I would go Picard, Kirk, Cisco, Janeway. He says, I don't recognize Enterprise or Discovery as real Star Trek. You know what? I like that they're branching out and that they're not all Enterprises now. They could have done so much more with that than they have. They could have done the whole CSI thing where they had like 8 different CSIs going on. But yeah, with Voyager, man, they just, I hated what they did with it. I hated it. Stop doing the thong song. You're going to make me sing it. Thong, 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 thong. Damn it. Thong, 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 thong. I can't help it every time I think of that. Thong, 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 thong. Pumpkin Trucker Matt, thank you so much. I want Picard for my escape from reality, but Sam Elliott for my politics. Now get on your horse and get off my land. Sam Elliott's awesome. Yeah, I just don't look to these guys for my... And I realize that they have a lot of sway. Do you guys remember all the buildup to what in the world is what's that skinny white bitch's name? The singer, the blonde. Fuck, I can see her face and I can't think of it. The one who sang all those songs about breaking up and shit. Fuck, what is her name? Somebody help me. You guys know it. Please don't be frozen in chat there. Taylor Swift, thank you. Thank you, Kingslayer. She got in trouble in the election because she wouldn't tell people who she supported. And then when she finally did come out, they liked her for a minute, but then she wasn't completely on their side. So it's funny watching it because they demanded that she tell them what she thinks. Well, what if she doesn't like what you like? Look what they've done to Kanye. They loved Kanye, and then he came out in support of Trump, and they're like, oh, Kanye done gone crazy. I know Conway's always been like that. And you loved him for it. You actually, a lot of people loved him for what he did to Taylor Swift. He did get a lot of pushback, don't get me wrong. But a lot of people loved him for that. But oh my God, he likes Trump. And he's out there preaching now not to be just a Democrat because you're black. It's okay to be a Democrat if you're black, but don't just be a Democrat because you're black. Make sure it's because you agree with their policies and positions, not just because you think you have to be Democrat because you have a certain pigment. And he's going crazy. Like, actually, that makes sense, you fucking idiots. Dong, 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 dong. Anyway, we should move on to Warren. There's not a whole lot more to say because that story, I actually said a lot more about that story than I meant to because I took it all over the place. But Vince Vaughn being canceled because he shook the president's hand and spoke to him. That was fucking stupid. Let's see. Oh, next up, Elizabeth Warren. Hashtag refund Warren. I love it's refund. They didn't cancel her, you guys. You refund. Refund Warren. Fucking stupid shit. Now, I agree with what they're saying. I don't agree with the whole refund Warren thing, but going after her for what happened. Elizabeth Warren came out yesterday and said that at some private meeting with Bernie Sanders, he said a woman couldn't be elected president in 2020. I don't know if it was ever, but it was definitely 2020 at least. And Bernie Sanders came out and said, I ain't say that shit. And so you have Elizabeth Warren claiming that Bernie Sanders, it's not even a sexist thing to say. He could just mean, even if he did say a woman can't be elected this year, it could be based on what he sees going on in politics. Could be what he sees, with having to run against Trump. There's a whole lot of reasons he may have said that, but he's saying he didn't even say it. That there's not a lot of reason to come out and say he did, especially when you don't have any proof of it. All of the proof going back and forth, because both of them have aides involved, because of course, they have a couple of aides who are backing them up, and some are going, no, that didn't happen. There's no way to prove it, and there's no reason to bring it up. So a lot of Bernie bros are mad about it, understandably so, because it's a unnecessary smear against Bernie Sanders. Now, it may be true. I don't know. I wasn't there. But I do know Elizabeth Warren lies a lot. She's lied about her race. She's lied about getting fired from her teaching job. She's lied about her parents getting married. She lies a lot. It's what she does. Now, I don't know a lot about Bernie Sanders, but I haven't heard of him being a liar. I disagree with his politics, but I've never heard anybody go, that's a lying son of a bitch. If I have to believe one of the two, sorry, Liz, you have a record of being a lying twat. So I would go with Bernie Sanders. But lied about her kids going to public schools. Yeah, I mean, there's lie after lie after lie from this bitch. I don't believe a fucking word she says. She should really stick to policy, and we'll get to some of her policies in a little bit. But there was no reason to bring this up. Absolutely no reason. And she did it anyway, and the Bernie bros are upset. And there was one tweet. Let me see if I can find it. It made me laugh my ass off. Nope, not that one, not that one, not that one. That's the stupid Just Phillips one. Where'd it go? There it is. This dude, Santiago Meyer, he said, all the Bernie bros making hashtag refund Warren. Y'all cost us the election last time around. Are you really going to do it again? Y'all cost us the election last time around. Are you really going to do it again? How dare you? How dare you call out Elizabeth Warren, who, by the way, isn't polling very well. If you call out her for, let's say it's true, you still can't prove it, and you gain nothing by it. You're not allowed to point out that she has, that the Empress has no clothes, because that'll cost you the election. Are you listening to what you're saying? Are you? Okay, you Bernie bros, of course you said that with disdain. I can read it, even though the way you wrote it, there's disdain in the way you said Bernie bros. Fucking Bernie bros. You didn't say fucking. I'm just putting my own emphasis there because you're too big of a puss to actually write what you mean. But how is pointing out that Elizabeth Warren is a fucking lying bitch in the primary costing you guys the election in November? Hey, Scribbles, he says, please don't tell me that Warren isn't wearing clothes. Metaphorically, Scribe. Metaphorically, my friend. Lamented Guy, thank you so much. More like the chieftain has no wampum. Oh, God damn it. I'm going to have nothing but Indian jokes here, aren't I? Remember, YouTube, it's not me. I'm just reading. Also, how desperate do you imagine Warren is to pull this move in the first place? Scribbles, I think she's incredibly desperate right now. Her numbers have gone down so far to where she's in fourth place. She was in the lead, what, a month ago? Back in the November debate, was it? Did they have was it October and then they skipped November? I can't remember. Not the last debate, not the December debate, but the one before that. She was in the lead. And everybody was talking, Warren's going to take this thing. And since then, she's just plummeted because of the whole refusing to answer simple questions. Refusing to answer whether or not her plan for Medicaid for all is going to raise taxes on the middle class. I mean, how many times did she dodge that question? She dodged it in every fucking debate. And then when she finally did answer it, it was crap. And everybody's like, this bitch doesn't know what she's talking about. And people started walking away. And yeah, now she's in fourth place in most polling. I think she's incredibly desperate. I think she sees that her attempts to just buy everybody's vote is not working. She needs to take out Sanders. She doesn't need to take everybody else out. You'll notice a bump for everybody. Well, you might get a Bernie and Elizabeth bump a little bit, but Cory Booker dropping out, his 2 or 3%, that's mostly going to go to Joe Biden or Pete Buttigieg. Your two socialist candidates, Democratic socialists, I'm calling them what they call themselves, you guys. They're Democratic socialist candidates. Those are the ones who are competing against each other. Warren takes votes from Sanders. Sanders takes votes from Warren. So if she wants to get back in the race, she's got to take out Bernie. She doesn't have to take out anybody else because she's not going to get those votes. Most of those are your corporate candidates. And they're not going to go for somebody who's like, corporations suck. Those candidates are going to mostly funnel to Bernie or to Joseph Biden. And so she's got to take out Bernie if she wants to move up in the polls. And I am curious. Scribbles, it's one of those nights I really wish they wouldn't cancel us for showing a debate, because I think this debate is going to be fun. I think Elizabeth Warren is going to come out hard against Bernie Sanders. And I'm not exactly sure how she's going to do it, considering she pretty much cribbed her plan from his and then just added a bunch more money to it. But she's got to go after Bernie. She needs his votes, his voters. And it's going to be an interesting thing. Joe Biden, thank you so much. It actually says long, deep sniff. So that's the best I can do because I'm smoking, you guys. Sorry. And I still have a little bit of a sinus thing going on from the weather here. It's wonderful living in Michigan this time of year. Spring and fall in Michigan suck. And while I know it's winter, we just had a period of fall-like weather right before we got this goddamn ice storm. And my sinuses hate it, man. Fucking hate it. There's no such thing as democratic socialists. Well, I don't know if there is or not. I think it's a bunch of nonsense the way it's been used here in the States. I think it's a way of democratic socialists. So y'all get to vote for. I don't understand what that is supposed to mean, to be honest with you. Things like socialism and communism, they can't have real voting. You can't have real voting. You can't have a real meaningful change by the people. Because eventually the people are going to go, this shit sucks. Do we want to do a live commentary track for the debate tonight? You know, Scribbles, I don't know. We should talk about it. I don't know what time you get off work, but we should talk about it because this one could be interesting. We're down to 6 candidates. 6 candidates. What debate? The Democratic presidential candidates, there's 6 of them. It's Biden, Sanders, Warren, Buttigieg, Klobuchar, and Steyer. Is that how you say his name? They're the only ones left on the stage because nobody else made the cut. No Tulsi, no Yang. What's his name? What's the mayor? De Blasio? He's not even. He says he's not even interested because he's not taking donations, and you have to have donations to participate. Who's the next to drop? Oh man, it's going to be one of the lesser tier candidates that we haven't heard about. That the article I read earlier, I forget the names of it. There's still quite a few people in it. What's the one guy's name? Bennett. He'll be dropping soon. I don't see Tulsi lasting a lot longer. Yang might, but he's gonna have to put in a shit ton of his own money. We can't pipe in the video of it, but we could prep as well as we could to get everybody lined up ahead of time. Yeah, we'll have to figure it out, Scribbles, because I would love to, because I think this one's going to be interesting. I really hope they ask Bernie if this happened. Because if they ask Bernie if this happened, he's got to either confirm it or call Liz a liar on stage in front of everybody. That could be fun. Is Yang American? Yes, I believe wasn't he born in like California? Something like that. Tulsi in there? Nope. Tulsi did not make the cut. This is the second debate she won't be part of. They've gotten rid of all the people of color, y'all. Except for Bernie, who they never point out as a Jew. So you got 5 white people and a Jewish guy. No brownies. The Democratic Party got rid of all the brown folk. They do still have 2 women. 40% of the is it 4? No, 33% of the stage is women. So that's awesome. Team up with Sinatra and he can live stream it on D Live. Like we'll talk behind the scenes, guys. I don't want to talk too much on the show about what the other show will be about. For those of you who are wondering, if you're not aware, we do a show called Lords of the Night at 9 p.m. Eastern every time. The schedule's down below. We rotate between Satsu's channel, Scribe's channel, and my channel. And tonight we'll be on Scribe Light's channel, 9 p.m. Eastern. And maybe the show will be different than usual. We'll see. We'll talk. Tune in and find out. Was that a good? I don't shill very often. As much of a whore as I am, I'm not very good at shilling. I got to get better at that. I used to be pretty good at it. I don't know what happened. I think I lost my mojo. I lost my shilling mojo, y'all. I lost my whore mojo. Satsu has D Live, use his. We actually did one of the debates on Satsu's channel, and it did really good for him. It did really good for him that night. But I don't know if D Live has changed their algorithms or anything. So I don't know. I really don't. Anyway, that's all I'm talking about. That. Back to the subject of the debate. I want to see. I hope they ask Sanders about this, or Warren, because either way, one of them, if they get asked, has to accuse the other one of being a liar, and that could be fun. Bernie doesn't like having his character assassinated. He actually got really upset about that during one of the debates. This one could actually give him a heart attack if they bring this shit up. Just take a couple of shots and the shilling will come naturally. Yeah. Oof. I'm a great shill. Thank you, Jen, who says, love you, monkey. Love you back, sweetheart. Jen's a great person. Jen used to stream with us on the, what was that game? Raft. And she used to be with us in the Arc server. Jen, were you with us? You were with us in 7 days as well, right? I love Jen. Jen has this great way. She'll come up and she'll start laughing as she went to say something. She goes, I'm not going to say that. And we'll go, what aren't you going to say? And then she'll say it. It is beautiful. It happens every time. And I fucking love her for it. She's great. And you guys should check out her channel too. But we're canceling Elizabeth Warren and Vince Vaughn. We're not, okay, we're refunding. Apparently that's the new thing. We're not canceling anymore. We're getting a refund. What the fuck? Please look what you've done. Becca calls me Stargazer nuts. You are Stargazer nuts. Did she accidentally misspell it? I love that she added you. That is great. Becca, don't you dare apologize for that. That is her name and she knows it. Mods, I don't see 3 dots. What the fuck? What's going on? Jeremy, are you getting guys, again, we explained this on the last show. We very rarely actually moderate anything in chat. The only time we moderate chat is if somebody's being a complete jackass. That's just to keep it a friendly place. You can have different opinions. I don't even care if you call me an asshole or something like that. Just don't cause shit in the chat itself, and we're pretty fine. If you're getting in any way censored, it's probably YouTube. You will know if the mods do it because you will get a 300-second timeout, a 5-minute timeout. So if you don't see that, it's not us. It's not my moderators. It's not me. Eve moderates chat. Yeah, you do. I love my chat. I love all you guys. And you moderators are great with this. You don't, I just realized a lot of my moderators are women. If you look on the screen right now, they're all women. I'm sexist with my moderation. And Poppy used to be one until she started boob bopping everybody. And I didn't take that away from her. She made me. So yeah, I'm a little sexist when it comes to my moderators, apparently. Well, these things happen. I want to talk about the word grifter. It is the newest word that is pissing me off on Twitter. It has become the word that everybody uses to insult other people, to diminish what they may say. Kyle says, male mod here. Okay, not all of them are male. I know I have, or female. I know I have several male moderators, but they're mostly, I think, or at least the most active ones in the mornings time are women. Boob bot. What's that? Sounds fun. Okay, Chris. Bopping is what we call when we censor somebody in chat. We bop them. Little smack on the nose with a newspaper. Put them in a little timeout. And Poppy, when she's walking around and doing stuff, she would put her phone in her, it's in your bra, right? And with the way, she moves sometimes, it would touch her screen and time somebody out on accident with her boobs. She has mean titties, y'all. Anyway, I constantly use the word grifter, left-wing grifter, since I have a lot of left-wing hate followers. Anyway, words have meaning. Words have meaning. It really does, or they really do. And grifter is somebody is a petty swindler. That's what it means. But I think I saw it most with it started with Dave Rubin, and then on to what's Beanie Boy, Tim Pool, and then Candace Owens, and anybody right wing. I keep saying they're a grifter. And then Undoomed was arguing with somebody today about the Jessica Yaniv video, and this idiot said, "There's the right wing grifters are all posting this." I'm like, oh, you fuck nut. Everybody who posts something you don't like is not a grifter. Everybody you disagree with is not a fucking grifter. Words have meaning. And for the love of fuck, if you are going to just take some word that you don't even understand the meaning of, at least get a fucking thesaurus and pick another word every now and then. Call one of them a grifter and another one a swindler. Call one of them a snake oil salesman. For fuck's sake, call one a con man. That's what you mean. But you don't even know what the fucking words mean half the time. Somebody just uses an insult and you see it, and suddenly everybody's a boomer. Suddenly everything's a straw man, even if it's not a fucking straw man. So many people misuse words. They see one that they just grab onto because that must be a great comeback for things. I'm going to use it all the fucking time. Words have meaning. T-Tac, fuck you. I love T-Tac. How you doing, my friend? He says only a boomer would say that. Shut up. If you guys don't watch T-Tac stuff, you really should. You can subscribe to him by clicking the 3 dots next to his message there and go over to his channel. That was a much better shill for him than I do for myself. Cryptic, thank you so much. Straw boomers. Yes, we need to have straw boomers. I'm late for the stream. Have you talked about the Veritas video? No. Somebody mentioned earlier or asked me earlier if I saw the Veritas trailer. No, I haven't seen it. So I don't even know what they're talking about this time. Don't. He's grifting you right now. T-Tax, how dare you? How dare you, sir? No, I get tired of it. I really do, because I like conversation and I like argument and I like debate. And then you start talking with somebody and then they start using words in the wrong way. I cannot tell you how many times somebody's told me that I've had to start. This is a true story. You can look it up. It's still on Twitter somewhere. I was arguing with somebody and I directly quoted them in a tweet, and then answered their question or statement or whatever it was. And in the very next thing, they told me I strawmanned them. It's like, motherfucker, I literally answered your fucking question. I talked about what you were talking. That's not a fucking straw man. Saying something you disagree with isn't a straw man, you stupid shit. The other one is gaslighting. Oh my God. If I hear one more fucker misuse gaslighting, my head will probably actually explode. My eyes will pop right the fuck out of my head. Rodo Hernandez, thank you so much. Is this a jab at Jeff Holiday? No, look, okay, Jeff does it a lot. Don't get me wrong. So does Sofane, and I love both of those guys. But those guys do it intentionally. They're doing it to get a rise out of people, and that's different. I've never had an argument with either of those two where they said something was a straw man or gaslighting. Instead, I've seen the boomer and I've seen I've seen grifter from both of them, but they're being jackasses on purpose. I'm talking about people who are being deadly serious and don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I disagree with Jeff and Sofane on a lot of shit. Before the record, I'm still friends with both of them. I think they're great guys, and they've always been very kind to me. And I have no reason to hate them because of their politics. I just disagree with their politics, and that's okay. It's always funny when me and Fane get into it. You'll see people, mom and dad are fighting. It's like, calm down. We're allowed to disagree. We don't even get that much into it, except for one time I told him to blow me. And he took it wrong because of, it's Twitter. He thought I was being incredibly like, go fuck yourself. And I was just like, blow me. Kind of a more offhand statement. And we had a discussion about it, and he understood what I meant. And I apologize for the way it came off because, sometimes that happens. Cass says, same. I tell them they're being fuckheads, but I still love them. Yeah, they can irritate me, but I don't pay attention to their shit when they're purposefully being provocative like that. I know what they're doing, so I like fuck them. They're just having fun. And you know what? In fairness to them, there's a lot of shit on both sides like this. It's not just the left, which, you know what? We'll talk about that in a second too. They tend to go after righties. I tend to go after lefties. We have our lane. Each of us has our lane. We're on a highway. We're just on different sides. We're in different lanes, you guys. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with having friends you disagree with. And in fact, I actually encourage it. Now, don't do it. Ranting Monkey, to clear something up that happened on After Party today. Steyer and Bloomberg are also Jews. Bernie isn't the only one in the Dem debate. Bloomberg's not in the debate, is he? I didn't think Bloomberg made it. Now I got to look because it's. Let me count: Sanders, Biden, Warren, Klobuchar, Buttigieg, Steyer. Yeah, I don't think he made it. Now I got to look it up again. Damn it! People making me do work like I'm supposed to be doing this for my job or something. Who are the people inside? But I don't want this kind of. Who's in it? Debate. Whoops. I got to learn to fucking spell, you guys. Participants. There we go. Who's in tonight? There we go. Tell me my memory's not that shitty. Where the fuck is it? It should be right here. Okay, this is the article I read earlier, but they've taken that part out. Here's what you need to know: when and where. Who made the stage? Here we go. Biden, Sanders, Warren, Buttigieg, Klobuchar, Steyer. Yeah, Bloomberg's not in it. So I wasn't wrong on that one. Ha ha! How dare you? See, I didn't realize Steyer was a Jew. I don't look at that stuff very often. I just know Bernie is. Bernie's just an old Jew. And there's nothing wrong with being a Jew. I'm not saying that as an insult. I'm saying that because they desperately need diversity over there, and that's all they can claim. This party that claim the white man's keeping everyone down, and all they got is a bunch of old honkies up there. Good job, Democrats. But thank you for clearing that up. I do want to be accurate in my reporting. But we were going to talk about something else. I'm going to change the subject for just a minute, talking about the different lanes. Do y'all know Gadsad? Is everybody aware of who he is? He's a professor somewhere. I forget where. But he's rather right wing. Not I wouldn't say he's right wing, but along those lines. Tends to be. Anyway, somebody tweeted at him that he was fiery this morning and that they liked it. And he replied this way: some mornings I wake up with even less patience for the endless tsunami of regressive-minded, mind-numbing bullshit hatred spewing by leftist fascists while masquerading as such hatred as noble and virtuous. I despise these enemies of reason and murderers of human dignity. He gets annoyed with the leftist bullshit. Fair enough. And somebody came back and says, does this mean you have all the patience in the world for the hatred on the right? Or does it just seem that way? And he replied, let me try to explain this for the 13th trillionth time, as I do in my forthcoming book. I inhabit the world of academia, which is I don't even know what that word is, progenitor of all these grotesque idea pathogens. Hence, I tackle my ecosystem. This does not imply that the right does not hate. It's the same reason that oncologists don't tackle diabetes and pulmonary specialists don't deliver babies. Then he says, follow Einstein, or should I type slower? I've run into this many times in my own career here. Not nearly as successful as his, of course. Progenitor. Look, guys, I will never see that word again. I don't read stuff that uses words like that. Give me Mad Magazine. That's my level of reading. No, I just sometimes these academia motherfuckers use big words to show how smart they are. How dare they use a dumb word so dumb people like me can read it? For the record, I understood what he meant. But yeah, it's not a word I'm familiar with. Anyway, I get people often, and especially back when the alt-right was a little bit bigger. Why don't you go after them? Why don't you go after this? Why don't you go after Trump? Why don't you go after the right? Here's my answer. It's the same all the time. If you care about that, you make a fucking channel and do it. I talk about the things that I care about, things that I see that are causing problems in society. And you know what? Sometimes I do talk about these shitbag racist pieces of crap, but they're not worth my time. They're irrelevant. The alt-right isn't out there changing policy. You know who is? These leftist shitbags. They're influencing everything. Every fucking company in the world now has to have a fucking diversity officer, because that's what's important. Good workers, getting the best qualified person for the job. No. That's old school thinking. You need to make sure you have a representation of America in every workforce. So if you have a small company, you better have a fucking Tiger Woods working there. This is the kind of shit that is influencing our country and changing policy. And these are the people who are being elected. For those of you who've told, this is just college. These people, those college age kids, those college age kids from a couple of years ago, they're old enough now to run for Congress. Their predecessors, the ones who were at the beginning of this shitstorm, they're actually in Congress now. You have your AOCs and your Omars and these fucknuts. Those are the things influencing policy and changing our world. The alt-right, that was an excuse for the media to pretend that this small contingent of mostly idiotic assholes were actually a big threat. Big threat. Look at all the racism. And how many people did you find? There was Charlottesville. Yeah, there was. Do you really need me to point out all the times that there's been violence from leftist groups? But they didn't kill anyone. Yeah, one guy ran his car into people because he was a shitbag. The rest of it was your normal shit that was going on at the time. You had assholes on, unlike Trump, I will tell you there were assholes on both sides. But which one of those groups is actually influencing our country? Which one of those groups is going to be responsible for the laws that me, my children, and my grandchildren are living under? It's not those fucknut alt-righters. Most of them have already disappeared. They're underground. The biggest one that you can point to won't even claim it. The heir apparent to what the alt-right was, Mr. Fuentes, he won't say he's alt-right. No, shh. I'm America first. And that's fine. I'm not begrudging him. That's fine. But that's not influencing things. It's not actually changing the world. But look, Monkey, look how many people watch his channel. Yeah, he gets like, what, 30, 50, I don't know what his biggest stream is, but tens of thousands of people watch it. All right. How many people are in the country? Let's say, for argument's sake, that with replays and everything, a stream of his gets 100,000 views, and I don't think he has many that are even close to that. But let's say 100,000 people. How many people voted in the last election? 120 million. 100,000 would be a drop in the bucket, and that's not even some of those watchers are hate watchers, just waiting for him to say something so they can run to the press and say, "Look at him being racist." It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous to think that's actually changing anything. And I know, like, but Monkey, he's great. Look, I don't care if you like him. I don't, and that's fine if you do. But he's not changing the world. What's changing the world is the shit coming out of these colleges, teaching these kids this indoctrinated bullshit of communism. Oh, they've dressed it up, though. It's democratic socialism, you guys. It's caring about the planet and your fellow man. What's her name? Jess Phillips, that fucking MP from England. I got to read this to you guys because I read this and I'm like, that is absolutely fucking retarded. She tweeted this out. I didn't listen to the interview that this is from. I don't know what it's actually from, but she quoted herself. "I was raised a socialist. I was born a socialist. I will be a socialist for the rest of my life. I believe wealth should be shared out so everyone can achieve wherever they start in life." The fuck are you talking about, you crazy bitch? The fuck are you actually talking about? For those of you who don't know, this is the chick that Sargon said he wouldn't even rape. And she's milked the fuck out of that because she was groped one time or something. But she thinks socialism helps people achieve. You think the Venezuelans think that right now? The only kind of people who think this are people from rich countries and the dictators over those socialist countries. Those are the ones who think this shit is a good idea. The people who've never had to live up with it, and those in power over those who are living with it. Do you remember when Maduro, that's his name, right? The Venezuelan president, had that 5-star Michelin chef flown in to feed him a giant fucking meal while his people are starving in the goddamn street, eating dogs and cats and anything they could get their hands on? But yeah. Socialism helps you achieve so that they can steal it from you. It's fucking stupid, man. It's fucking stupid. That's the world we inhabit. And while that's overseas, I mean, that kind of thinking is here too. Elizabeth Warren, her whole platform is we have to take wealth from people. Take wealth. That is something that no American politician would have been saying 20 years ago because they'd have been laughed out of office. We're going to take your wealth. Do you guys understand what wealth is? Because this is something that's being thrown around. And for those of you who've heard me, you know I've explained this before. Settle in. We always have new people coming by. Wealth is not how much money you have in the bank. That's only part of it. Wealth is everything you own. It's your stocks, it's your bonds, it's your house, it's your car, and the money you have. It's everything you own. That's your wealth. Normally we tax income, but she wants to start taxing wealth. That means the stuff you've already paid taxes on that is sitting in a bank or is the land you live on, she wants part of it. You know, for the greater good. That look, that land that's yours, you need to sell off a chunk of it so you can pay your taxes this year. And look, yeah, a lot of these billionaires, could they pay it? Sure. But that money starts to dwindle. And there's the idea of compound interest that works backwards here. The more you take from them, the less they have for you to take, you dumb fuck. But she's wanting to take anywhere from 2 to 6%. Well, it's 2 to 8%, depending on which time she's giving her bullshit spiel of billionaires' wealth every year. Cryptic, thank you. Venezuela is culturally appropriating my dog eating. Remember, YouTube, he's a Asian, so he can make that joke. She wants to tax the wealth. She wants to take what they own that has already been paid for. That money, whether the money you don't think it was taxed enough at the time, it's irrelevant. It was taxed. It was legally obtained. And they bought things with it, which they probably paid taxes on, or they put it into the bank, or they bought stocks and bonds and the things that keep our economy going. But no, we got to take that from them because they have too much. People like Jess Phillips, they think the economy is a zero-sum game, that wealth is a zero-sum game. They think it's like Monopoly, like there's only so much money in that bank. And when it runs out, there's none left. So whoever has the most, they need to share it with everyone else. It's not how wealth works. Right now, you could create a product that by next year is a great seller and turns you into a billionaire. And it's not taking money from anyone else. It's not making anyone else poorer except for the people who bought your product. It's not robbing them of anything. They have the same chance you do. But they think, oh, there's only so much money, so we have to steal it from them. It's fucking retarded. Wealth is not finite. I get what you're saying. The resources of the planet are finite, but wealth can come from ideas. How did Bernie Sanders make his millions? It was a book. You can sell a book on computer now. As long as somebody has a tablet, everybody in the world could buy that book 4 times if they wanted to, without needing trees. There's ways to make money that have nothing to do with robbing the planet of any resources. There's plenty of money to go around. It's just that it is difficult. You need a lot of luck. You really do. You need the right idea at the right time. But it's possible. It's possible. The tablet put the book printers out of business and the paper mills. Not completely, but yeah, it's put some of them out. And there's more resources to be used elsewhere. Somebody go out and make a wooden dildo factory and make all the money in the fucking world. Money's not finite. Wealth isn't finite. Because it's an idea. It's an idea in itself. We use currency and stuff to express it. But now land is finite. There's only so much land on the planet. When I was growing up, what they told you is if you want to be rich, make sure you buy land. Buy land because there's only so much of it. And as the population grows, that land is going to become more and more valuable because people are going to need places to live. And you know what? That is true. But somewhere like America, where we have an overabundance of land, we have tons of land unused that could be. It's going to take a while before that becomes so valuable that people are willing to make you a millionaire off of it. You need land in expensive places to become wealthy that way. You can make a good living in a smaller town or something through real estate kind of stuff. But if you want to be a multi-billionaire, you got to do it like Donald Trump's kind of owning shit. The value of money comes from labor. Partially. Value is what we give. I mean, nothing has intrinsic value. It's all shit we make up. Literally basic economics, supply and demand. Yeah. There's this idea that, yeah, we're going to, if Jeff Bezos has money, that means nobody else can get any. That's not true. Go make your own fucking money. Go back to say iPods and stuff. I mean, this was a new idea. And then the new phones that we have. Do you guys remember the first cell phones? Those big clunky ass things? And people just invented, and wealth was made. Did it put some things out of business? Yes, it did. Were those things making as much money as these phones do? Not even close. Oh, goddamn geese. These fucking geese are retarded, man. They must have flown into a building one of their trips. It's fucking winter. What are you doing here? Okay, so every year the geese fly south for the winter and then they fly back north for spring. And there's usually about a week at coming to the end of fall where these fucking geese, man, it's all you hear. There's so many of them heading south. And then comes spring, late spring and going into summer, they come back. And it's about a week where it's just that noisy shit. But all in between there, it's nothing's quiet. This year, these fucking geese are retarded. They can't figure out where they're supposed to be right now. Pink Hollow, munch. The geese don't care about the snow. I've seen them for the last month and years. Even when it's a foot of snow, they will dig in the snow to find grass. I get that, Pink Hollow, but we don't have that problem. This is a new issue. And they're so fucking loud. They need to just go away. Get a propane cannon. You know that you benefit from socialism by not having to pay full price for your medications, right? How do you figure? Can't you get some geese stew? Look, if I liked geese, I could probably shoot a couple of them fuckers. Actually, probably not, because they don't land around here, and I'm not sure you're supposed to shoot them out of the sky in populated areas. Because if you miss, that bullet's coming down somewhere. Goose Down is warm, isn't it? Yeah. But Canadian geese, I don't know if there's other geese. Canadian geese are stupid as fuck, man. I hate them birds. I hate most birds. But ducks and geese are annoying shitheads. They're annoying shitheads. Marx argued that the theory could explain the value of all commodities. The truth is it had to do with the utility of the commodity. Marx had a lot of weird ideas. America says we are the best. Okay, I'm EU. We're not the best, but you could take a tip or two from us. It's not wrong to look around and get ideas from other people and see what's working. That's fine. I have no problem with that. But the idea that just because something is working somewhere that it'll work everywhere isn't even true. You guys have different problems than we do. Oh, man. Anyway, hit that like button, please, says Stargazer. Yes, indeed. Please hit that like button. Remember, guys, I am brought to you by you. If you enjoy what you hear here, please hit the like button and share. Sharing is the best thing you can do for any YouTuber you like. YouTube, in their question, what have your fans learned about you? Part of my answer was that YouTube notifications suck, because they do. Why is it easier for my fans to find out through Twitter that I'm going live than it is through your own fucking application? They're so stupid. Oh. If you subscribe to somebody, you have to subscribe, and then you have to click a bell, and then you have to tell it whether you want all notifications or just some. That's too many steps, YouTube. Too many steps. What you should do is have it that if you subscribe to somebody, then you automatically get everything they do. And then the bell's there. You can make it something different than a bell. If you want to go down to only like half or some or their most popular, you're doing it the wrong goddamn way, you idiots. But that's okay. They also think having top chat as the default is the best way to do things because, oh my God, you might see somebody type the word fuck. I find out you're streaming by refreshing my sub screen on YouTube. And what happens if you don't do it? I'm just curious. Sin, how you doing, my friend? You bored? And he says, where's my money? Susan has it. Every night, Susan jumps into a bathtub full of your money, Sinatra, and rolls around in it with a Gwyneth Paltrow vagina candle burning next to her. Oh God, I knew something like this was coming. Did you guys see? Oh, thank you, Dragon Mage. Does the USA government have multiple departments that are essentially the same? Well, yeah, yeah. The biggest example is probably Homeland Security, because they not only do they oversee everything, but they also have their own little kind of shit. It was supposed to be just everybody coming together, and instead it became its own monstrosity. Yeah, there's a lot of overlap, especially in the smaller departments you don't hear about, agriculture and education, and these ones get a lot. Housing. Oh, there was a great story about about housing. Ilhan Omar is worried. She's worried that there's a lot of racism in America, in the HUD, in the housing department, which is run by a black man who happens to be a fucking brain surgeon. Now, I don't necessarily agree with him, but I do. I will take Ben Carson's opinion over Ilhan Omar's most of the time, just because she's a fucking idiot and he's a fucking brain surgeon. Yeah, where's the money, Susan? It is so weird that they haven't even addressed him. Where the fuck do Rimworld colonists get yayo from? I don't remember. You might have to go over to another area because your little guys can travel. You might have to go to another area to find some. How you doing, Sim?
Hey, don't forget, Ilhan Omar also fucks her brother.
Yeah, she's a brother. I called her brother lover because there may be children reading.
Bromosexual. I like John Ward's video.
Yeah. That woman, I can't believe she's survived politically. I really can't.
Well, it's like AOC. She hasn't paid her party dues, and she thinks she's going to just keep her seat. I don't know how that's going to work.
Well, she has the money to fund herself. The funny part is going to be the party's going to come after her because she is funding primary challengers to sitting Democrats.
Yeah, I recorded a video on that article. Woo! She's not a smart woman.
Polly says news entertainers will destroy us all, then offer up to the date opinions on how everyone they don't like is responsible.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's kind of what they're doing now.
Mm-hmm. A Lamented Guide asked me if I played Civ 6 or Stellaris. No, I've never played Stellaris, and the last Civilization I played was 5. I haven't played 6 because of the reviews.
So I think I have a problem.
What you did?
I think I didn't do anything. It's Dark Souls.
Oh.
Yeah, I was playing it for like an hour this morning, and I was like, shit, I have things to do.
Yeah, it is a frustrating but fun game.
Well, I made it all the way back down to the thing to get that the guy in the cage, you know?
I haven't been that far. I'm still stuck on the spider bitch.
Oh, okay. Kyle, I made it back to the guy in the cage, and I did all that shit. I went outside, got the key, fought all those fucking dudes, made it back up, went all the way to the top, went back down just to get a large soul from some dude. Son of a bitch. All that for fucking a soul.
I went back up top because I can't pull anybody into my game until I get humanities. And so I got all the way out of there to go find some. And it's like, fuck it, I'll just go back down and try this on my own. And I keep missing the goddamn platform to get down.
Oh, no.
And that's a pain in the ass because that is a long run. I have the master key, so I can go the backdoor route. It's the route you come out of instead of when you go up, take the little platform up, jump off. I don't know how you got out of there, Sanat, but I didn't go back through, the underground area. But I get all the way to there, and that's almost all you got to do is manage that part. And I keep fucking it up and dying and getting pissed at it. I'm like, fuck this game. So yeah, I'm also working on a single player character that's a little bit easier to play.
What do you mean a single player character? They're all single single player characters?
No, because that's the other one is the one I use when I'm playing with Satsu or with you or with whoever jumps in with us. But one just on my own. And
You can use the one just on your own to play with us.
I know, but I got to get it built up.
Mm.
So I'm working on that one as well. So yeah, that game is Chaos says, Sinatra says, it's cute to see you noobs experience this for the first time. Shut up.
Well, I'm starting to get the hang of it.
Well, you played
what?
You played 3, right?
Just a little bit of it, not much.
Okay.
But I fucked everyone up on the thing, and I accidentally went into the layer of the new boss, and he fucking I put up a good little fight, but he wrecked me quick. Like 2 hits and I was done. I was like, ah, shit.
I like the game. I do, and it is frustratingly hard, but there were parts of Code Vein that just made me say, fuck this game and really mean it. In this one, it's like, God damn it, I need to get better. And I'm annoyed at me rather than the game.
But once you get to that bit, you're good.
Yeah.
Like you're good.
No, I just got to get better at moving and moving the camera. That's my biggest problem is I'll get away from something and then it hits me because I don't turn my camera to see where it's at. And that fucks me up every time. Because I actually did pretty good against the spider chick thing. I got her down to half health on my own. And I rolled out of the way one time and I had to take a drink. And instead of running for a little bit to take my drink, I stopped right there and did it and dead.
Mm-hmm.
Like, God damn it. Because that spider was on my ass. Learn how to do the claw grip on a controller. I don't know what the fuck that is.
Mm.
The claw grip.
It's where you like use your index finger and middle finger for the triggers and bumpers.
Oh.
It's fucking horseshit and not worth it.
Wait, how the fuck? Oh, how the fuck? No, with my clawed ass hands, I don't think I could do that.
Guess what I'm gonna do now?
And oh man.
But
yeah, I mean, I can
see. I've just been content farming for the most
I
part.
can see why that would be helpful. But wow. Because one of the problems I have is I can do the parry pretty well.
Yeah, I can't do that, period.
Oh, I do it pretty well. And then I hit the wrong button for the what's it called? The repose. Is that what it is when you stab back? I forget what it's called, but when you stab them back, it should be but instead I hit the bottom one because my other one's on the bottom and it's fuck. Hey Polly, how you doing, my friend?
No, I'm not too well, but all right.
Not too well. What's up? If you don't mind.
I'm in the middle of a vertigo thing for the past while. Feeling a little better now, but
sorry to hear that, man.
Nah, well,
Holly,
it's ongoing.
Some vitamins.
Why are you sharing your Dark Souls screen?
So you can see what I'm doing. You want to see?
Let's show the audience.
Yeah, you can watch me for a bit.
It's gonna be a little jaggedy, but he's playing some Dark Souls. There he is running. How did your character get such a fat ass, man?
I don't know.
He got a big butt. He all about that booty, man. Now for some quality conversation, Polly's here. That's not always true because Polly sometimes gets right down in the stupid shit with me and Jack. I'm just gonna throw that out there. He's a good guy, but sometimes he gets into the stupid shit with us. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm on a real kick about this news entertainer thing. So I was talking to my mom the other day.
Mm-hmm.
She goes, so I was watching CNN and I was like, oh no.
Oh God.
Yeah. Well. This is a true story. She goes, so I was watching CNN and I had this special report. Now I hadn't seen it, so I'm going off of what she was saying. She goes, but the whole thing is based on how just Trump lies, how he endlessly lies. And when you see all of his lies listed, and I'm like, yeah, they're running off of the Washington Post list of everything Donald Trump lied about, including the height of stacks of burgers. And my mom went, what? And I was over at my parents' house, right, having this conversation, and like, so my mom's just like, you don't, you're just such a Trump supporter that you're never going to believe anything bad about the guy.
What?
And yeah, and so I turned to my dad and I said, news entertainers are going to kill us all because you watch Fox, mom watches CNN, and you both think you have the perfect information. And you can't understand why anyone else. And she goes, my mom actually said this. She goes, yeah, but the problem is because Trump has a whole bunch of redneck supporters in West Virginia, and they're going to support him no matter what happens. And I'm like, and where did, like, it's not like my mom hangs out in West Virginia, so she knows. So where's she getting that opinion from? C fucking N fucking N.
See, this is what I was talking about earlier, guys. I think it was on the last show. Is that a lot of people still get their news from network news?
Yeah.
Whether it's cable network or, you know, the big three. Do we still call them that?
We shouldn't.
No, we should. But a lot of people still get their news from that. That's why we were talking about Biden, and Adinger was like, I don't understand how Biden's still in the race with all the stupid shit that he said. Like, because it doesn't get shown on the networks.
Well,
that is stuff that gets passed around on Twitter.
You could be like, my mom could be a case study for this stuff. And in 2015, running up to 26 and through 2016, my mom was a Trump supporter. Drain the swamp.
Mm-hmm.
That was her thing. Drain the swamp. And then she said, my opinion's changed on the guy. I said, what changed? She goes, well, it's just all of this endless racism stuff. My mom is classic white lady. Doesn't think a lot about these things. You know what I mean? Bless her heart. Right. And just to hear, but racism is bad. Well, yeah, it is bad. I agree with her. You know, to hear that somebody over and over again is a racist, and my mom isn't as cynical as I am, not remotely. You know what I mean? So if she hears that somebody over and over again is a racist, why would you think that a major news network would lie to you consistently over and over again? Yeah, right. It does seem kind of crazy overall. And it's like, yeah, but you don't realize just how deep into this shit they are.
Yeah, I have a friend like that who's like, I don't understand how Republicans can support Trump. He's so hateful.
When you have a bunch of news entertainers that are paid six-figure salaries to sit around and talk about how hateful he is every day, like, what did he actually do? Always becomes my question. What do you actually? Well, the Muslim ban, trying to deport all of the illegal migrants. And it's like, yeah, but none of those things you're talking about even happened. But it doesn't matter. They talked about them forever.
Yeah. The concentration camps.
Yeah.
No, Polly, you've been here when it happens. Like, you just support Trump. Like, no, you know what? If you guys would stop talking stupid shit about Trump, I probably wouldn't talk about Trump very much at all, except for when I disagree with him on policy. But instead, I end up having to defend him from the stupid shit that I keep hearing. Like, for instance, the burgers stacked a mile high. That he lied about that. Did he? Did he really?
You remember?
Or did he exaggerate and like millions of people do across the country every fucking day?
No, people don't exaggerate. Everyone is 100% true and honest, except for Trump. You know this.
What'd you say there, Polly?
I was just back to saying, you mean the list Obama made, the Muslim ban? It doesn't make a difference. I mean, yeah, that's true. It doesn't make a difference. It's separating families. That's been a longstanding policy. Doesn't matter because it's happening worse under Trump.
Yeah, he made it bad.
Yeah. Well, there was never this establishment of it, this degree of it, and keeping children separately. It's like, but if you break the law, you go to prison, and entering the country illegally is breaking the law, and you can't send children to prison. So you have to separate them.
That's not even to mention the fact that Obama deported more immigrants than anybody else.
I got nothing.
Jack in chat, he says, but my kids in cages. Yeah. They don't point out that those cages are there to protect the kids. That's not to keep them in cages because we think they're criminals and we're treating them like criminals. That is a safe space for them. Everything can't be Disney World, y'all.
Oh, okay.
Oh, dude. Damn.
I told you.
This sucks. I can show you playing a game, but not me.
Have you done it through StreamYard?
I know I haven't tried it this way. Maybe I will.
Well, don't complain.
And things that are actual storms of brewing, Virginia, and by the way, the four first bills made it out of committee. Great. The legislature in Virginia is coming to session, and they already brought the first 4 gun control bills out of session, out of committee rather. So that's great. That's great. And news media is still reporting it on troublemakers in Virginia making a big deal out of nothing because they're whiny little bastards. Now let's get back to reporting on something that Trump said that was a lie.
He talked about ice cream, so we have to report on that.
Real quick, thank you, Pincalo. Is this 2 words? The View. Yeah, that was a perfectly accidental, truthful moment from her.
Yeah.
And where that was Joy Behar, where she's Whoopi Goldberg. This was over Covington, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
What happened? I don't know.
The Covington thing, we all know it got blown up, and it was the story was reported wrong. And Whoopi Goldberg asked the panel, "Why do we get these stories so wrong?
Why are we so quick to jump on something without getting the facts straight?" That was Whoopi's question, basically to Joy, but to the whole panel, because they all are. But
and
Joy, an unguarded moment of honesty.
Yeah, she answered, because we hate Trump and want to get him out of office. It was if you see it, it's weird to see them be that fucking honest.
And the audience applauded.
Yes.
And I mean, yes, they're applauding SEALs, but it was like that moment on Stephen Colbert's late night show when he said Donald Trump fired the director of the FBI, and everybody applauds, and he goes, "Whoa, well, I guess we got some Trump supporters in the audience tonight." The moron clapping SEALs didn't know that they weren't supposed to like that. And so the host reprimanded them. No. We like James Comey now.
Oh, yeah. Well, they hated him under Obama.
Yeah.
Real quick, ex-Bubba Hotep, thank you so much. Who says, "Sin, if you become human, I'm at the bonfire."
All right.
There you go. Well, we just saw this again with shit. I lost my train of thought. Fuck, I hate when that happens. I blame the news media.
They're not responsible for your short attention span.
Those fucking assholes did this to me.
So Far's in the Singapore airport right now, and she can't find a Goop store. Isn't that tragic?
Oh, dear.
She
needs her Goop products.
Well, don't we all want crystalline things to shove in bodily cavities?
I know. I want an asshole crystal.
Why don't they have urethra eggs for men? It's sexist.
Well, they have the crystalline anal beads, and those are unisex.
Those are unisex, indeed.
Yeah.
I can't believe that's going to be a fucking show.
Oh yeah. I still think the stickers are the best. Like, yeah, the crystalline things because you shove them
be a reality
buttholes and such, or stand out more. But it's like the happy sticker that's been imbued with psychic energy,
yes,
to make you happy. So you put this sticker on your body to fix your depression. You have AOC grilling the robot that's in charge of Facebook about him meeting groups that have connections to alt-right white nationalists. And it's like, this is fake news. Don't you blah, 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 blah. And meanwhile, you got this company selling snooch rocks and everyone's okay with it.
Snooch rocks.
Sin, the reason that the Goop has become in the news recently is because Netflix is having a show or a series. I still haven't been able to figure out which.
Yeah, I knew that, but I just didn't know if it was like a reality show or like a documentary, or
it's like a documentary. They're going to go into the Goop laboratories, and we're gonna learn all about the science behind pussy rocks.
You know, of all the things I want to know, that is pretty far up the list.
When I heard that that's what they were doing, they were going to talk about like alternative kinds of healing and wellness. And I said, okay, well, this is nothing new. This shit has been around since the 1970s. Heal through the power of positive imagination and so forth.
Oh yeah,
the positive visualization of the future you want to actuate. Remember, oh shit, what was that book called? The Method? Shit, I forget. It was a way of visualizing and actualizing at the same time. It was a big deal like 5-7 years ago. I remember hearing about it like first year on undergrad. It was the method, the lesson, the something. I can't remember. Maybe someone in chat will remember. But it was repackaged new age positive visualization.
Yeah, not familiar, but
The Secret. Wonderful. Thank you, Midnight in Exile. The Secret.
The Secret. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some people are giving Sinatra advice. He can't read it while we talk, guys.
Yeah,
Or
and I
while he
can't
plays.
read it while I play.
It's good. It's good that you laugh at him, though. If you guys want to make jokes about how he's playing, that's fine because he can't see it.
And so her whole network series is going to be. Why do you say wellness? Because it's a generalized, non-specific term that don't mean shit. So you can just
then you're not promising health,
right? Or healing any specific condition. It just brings wellness in the face of your debilitating advanced cancer. We'll bring you wellness. We didn't say we'd heal you or cure you.
Now I'm really wondering if I could stream this way while we play.
Give it a try. Why don't you fire it up and see if you can screen share and talk like I'm doing?
I won't do it right now because I need a producer.
Well, do it towards the end then.
I'm your producer at this moment. Stop it.
I'm on your show.
I know. That means you don't have to do all the background stuff, like pay attention to the chats.
I can look at the chat. It's going to be a Goop infomercial. This game looks like ass.
Yeah, you keep reading the chat while you're walking like that, you're gonna walk right into an enemy.
Like this? Oh, please. It's
not OBS quality, but super easy and should work even on your potato internet. Well, yeah, like I said, I might try it because the games are mostly that we play are mostly for the Satsu's game channel. But a lot of people I would like to see what Monkey's doing. Yeah, we'll have to do that sometime.
Torcular Heptaphilius says palliative care has its place. Yeah, it absolutely does, but that's not what they're promoting at all.
Oh, look, what they're promoting is absolute bullshit.
Like there's care that you can give that will not cure the condition. Like palliative care, you're absolutely right, but that's not what they're talking about, even close to it. Like somebody's slowly dying of a degenerative condition. Putting these stickers on them ain't going to help.
You don't know that, Polly.
Well, it just and I think a positive mindset does work, but there's actual psychotherapists that can help you with that in a big way, in clinically proven ways that actually do have a positive effect, not from some fucking charlatan with a Yelp.
Charlatan with a Yelp. That's fucking good.
I wonder if while they were taping, they actually came up with that candle. Did you guys hear the story of how they came up with that candle?
No, just that it smells like her vagina.
Yeah, this is what happened. They were playing with scents, and they did some combination, and Gwyneth went, "That smells like my vagina."
Oh no! Oh no!
That's how it came up. It's not like they, did a dipping stick and like, okay, we need to make it smell like this. She told them this smells like my cooch. And so they made a candle out of it.
Yeah. Far brings up the lady who wrote the WikiHow. We love making fun of WikiHow over at Noir Bar.
Oh, I love WikiHow.
Yeah. And there's, because there's lots of, they have lots of Wiccan, New Age, how to make a wand, how to make potions, how to do witch rituals that we love to make fun of. And the one of them is a lady that she has a psychic readings store, of course, in San Francisco, and she's on Yelp, and it's mind-blowing.
What is a psychic reading store?
Well, go in there and you get your palm read, and then they read your aura and then tell you what your chakra is doing lately. And
my chakra's balling. Far asked, is that really how it happened? Yeah. And somebody else asked, did somebody get down there and confirm it? No. By the way, apparently the JJ smells a lot like plants. I'm not sure why.
Oh boy.
You know what I found interesting? Far and I got a kick out of watching old 70s and 80s commercials, and she's like, I don't get it. What is this for? This one product. And I'm like,
Delta's advice, running like a bitch.
It's vajayjay spray.
Oh, okay.
Like hygiene FDS, like old commercials for stuff like that. Like, oh yeah, feminine hygiene products. I'm like, what? It's perfume for your nether regions? I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's just, she's like, we don't have anything like that here.
Aussies don't have stuff to make their pussy smell better.
Apparently, they have soap, which
Okay.
no, but that was
How
my joke. Right? It's like
groundbreaking.
apparently they just keep their snooches clean, so they don't need stuff to cover up the rancorous odors that are emanating in other cases. And if you've got a really bad odor, you don't need goop. You need a doctor. You need a medical professional if there's something going on.
You need some crotch Febreze is what you need.
I gotta go let my dog in. I'll be right back.
All right. That's what I'm saying. Like if it smells that bad, you need either a shower or a medical professional. You don't need snooch Febreze, like you said. What the fuck?
I wonder if I could sell that idea to Febreze. Just a little discreet bottle that women can spray on their jeans or their skirt, in the middle of the day when they feel not so fresh. Just one squirt makes the stink go away.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I see the trash from the male direction as well. Like, have you seen the stuff that a lot of...
Real quick, bye, Far. Have a good day, sweetie.
All right, see you later, Far. Good luck with the travels.
Oh, wait, Foxy says it already exists. Damn, but is it by Febreze? I'm going specifically for the product. Anyway, you were saying, I'm sorry.
What was I saying?
I don't remember.
I'm medicated to the nines because of vertigo. So what was I saying? It was just a moment ago. Come on. Shit.
One squirt to make the stink go away. Yeah. I think that's
men have it too. Have you seen the stuff that guys are pitching like for YouTube sponsorships? The manscaping stuff.
I love manscaped.com.
Oh, come on, man. You don't need specific ball
I don't
shine
care.
and razors for your nuts. That's bullshit.
I don't care, man. Their commercials are the best things ever made. that commercial with that guy trying to get baby powder up on his nuts is fucking amazing. And they got the one where the guy's going to shave his nuts and he gets stopped by the manscaping fairy or whatever he is. And he gets the manscape razor that's going to keep him from cutting his balls all up. Excuse me. And there's actually one part of that commercial where the guy is next to his woman in bed and suddenly the manscaped genie's between them talking about his shaved nuts. It is fucking beautiful. It is beautiful. It is a thing of beauty. And it reminds me of the golden days of commercials. When the Super Bowl actually had great commercials on it. That's what Manscaped's like, fuck it. We're just going to go out there and have fun. Now, I agree with you, Polly. You don't need this specific shit, but I appreciate their hustle and their fucking commercials are awesome. Project Veritas released videos showing a violent Bernie staffer. Is that what people were asking me about? I haven't seen it yet. Have you seen that, Polly?
A violent Bernie staffer?
Oh,
no.
I saw a meme real quick. I saw a meme where they took that Stalin photo where somebody disappears next to him.
Right. Yeah.
And they put Bernie's face on it and somebody else's face. And then they, before the Project Veritas video and then after that guy's missing. I don't know who the guy was. I don't know what staffer he is, but I'll have to check it and see. I haven't watched it yet, man. I haven't. I heard about it as the show was starting. So can confirm Manscaped is top quality. I'm sure they make good stuff, but it's not groundbreaking. You can use just regular baby powder on your balls if you want to.
You know what baby powder is?
No.
Babies ground up into powder, obviously.
It is. North Korean babies.
Yes. Those aren't real people.
Well, they use South Korean baby foreskins for rich lady facial creams.
Yeah, because that makes sense.
Yeah.
Ladies, if you want foreskin on your face, just ask. If Lady Monkey's like, I need foreskin on my face, I just rub my dick on her face. We can do this all day, sweetie. I'm a giver.
I doubt the Asians are big in circumcision either, so it can't be that hard.
No, well, they're tiny, man.
That is true.
I wonder how many. There can't be much there to circumcise.
Oh wait, I got to go back up and reverse the hollow.
Excuse me. Baby powder's cornstarch. It's cornstarch.
Oh, okay.
Look on the side of a baby powder container. It'll be cornstarch plus fragrance, and if you get the fragrance-free kind, and it will, and sometimes it contains a, I forget what it's called. It in any kind of powder, be it flour or anything like that, it stops caking. If there's if a tiny a moisture gets in there, it'll all cake together. Not a desiccant, I forget, but it's super small amount. The like 99.9% of it is cornstarch, just hypoallergenic cornstarch. I find that great that people
Monkey check DMs.
Something you can buy at the grocery store by like the hyper bag. Go to Costco and get a dump truck of it for cheap, but they'll buy this tiny little container with a little bit of fragrance in it and pay 20 times the price.
Oh, she sent me the link to show the Summer's Eve freshening sprays. Yeah, I see those. I've seen those before. I worked at Walmart. I used to have to stock those. There was actually a Jeopardy question yesterday on the I haven't watched Jeopardy in forever, but it was on yesterday, so I watched. And there was a question about
I don't see your sign here, Bubba.
About hair dye and what company it was, and I knew it. I knew the answer. It wasn't a guess. I just knew it. And I'm like, I'm not a real man. And it's just because I stocked that shit for so long.
What? Because you knew an answer about hair dye?
Women's hair care.
Shit.
Yeah. What did you just do?
Crashed.
Oh. Well, we'll take you off the screen for now while you fix that. Slap the salami. What the fuck did I just look at? And Bubba says he's on the 6th step, so there you go. I know there's that, but I want specifically Febreze because those ones are to make your pussy smell better, and it gives it like a flowery fragrance.
Yeah, I don't want a flowery fragrance.
No, what kind of man wants to go down there? This smells like roses.
No,
make that shit smell like a steak.
Nothing that encourages chewing.
Make it smell like a really good roast beef. I mean, it already looks like it. That flowery spray is for the women. Nobody wants to smell your seat and smell flowers. They want to smell puss. Come on. New car fragrance. That's got the new pussy smell.
Oh, I'm locked in.
There you go. How the fuck did we get on pussy smell? Gwyneth Paltrow, she does this to us.
Yeah.
She's a bitch. How dare you, lady? There you go. Got your summon. Not good if you're buzzed, horny, and a little hungry. Well, probably not. But I'm just saying there's other smells. I mean, sandalwood. Make it smell like a nice carpenter's workshop, Give it the smell of a good pipe. Don't make it smell like petunias.
Make it smell like a good pipe.
Yeah, it's a nice smell.
Well, I don't know. I think every man's okay when a lady's hair smells like fruity things.
Yeah, but you don't want that when you go down there.
Well, that's what I was contemplating. I'm sitting there thinking, like, guys really, and myself included, really dig that, fruity or coconut or whatever smell in the lady's hair.
Like coconut, yeah.
So maybe not downstairs though. Maybe that wouldn't be good.
Yeah, I don't need it downstairs. I need it. I actually need that to smell like it's supposed to smell. I don't need it to. Yeah. Foxy says I have a solution for you. I'm assuming you sent me something else weird. What's this? Armor Oral Bacon Flavored Lube, edible and body safe.
No.
I'm gonna pass. I don't want that to smell like pork. I don't know why. If you're gonna do something, it's got to be beef
flavored lube.
I also don't want it to be chicken flavored. Natural tuna, says Jeremy. I started to tell this story earlier and I got distracted. I knew it was coming. I didn't know who was going to do it, but it was a meme that says, if you're too poor, or when you're too poor to afford Gwyneth Paltrow's new candle, and it's a can of Starkist with a birthday candle in it.
Did you read the wasn't Hollywood Reporter, Variety, I think, interview with Patrick Stewart about the new Star Trek Picard show that's premiering in like 2 weeks?
No, I've heard some about it though.
Oh man. Oh man.
I hear he went very anti-Trump, and
this Star Trek Picard is our answer to the current era of Brexit and Trump.
Oh God.
How? Oh
Uh,
God.
Well, it's obviously going to be about letting Mexicans into Starfleet.
Well, yeah, it's just, the Federation has open borders, and now we're closing them down because a whole bunch of evil human supremacists have taken over Starfleet, and Picard wants all of the people to be able to migrate to where they want to. So he goes rebel to take down the strange orange human that has taken over Starfleet Command. Yeah, whatever.
Is that the actual description?
No. I was just making all that up.
He's making it up real quick over on the.
I could believe it.
Yeah,
over on Labs, Polio Puss perfume. Thank you so much. He says, ladies, try our new rooster scented perfume today. Fresh from Polio Puss perfumes. When your man eats you out, it'll taste just like chicken. I don't know. Again, I don't. I just want a fresh lady smell. Is that right? I'm 100% behind that. I like that. A fresh lady smell. That's not crude. It's not crass, and it gets to the point. I like it. That's the way it should be. A fresh lady smell. Don't need it perfumed or anything. Just not stanky. Just wash it. Be Australian for a day and wash your puss.
There's only one, man. Like, I realize I'm a big guy for Kirk over Picard, and I think William Shatner's the fucking man. But like, sure, leaving all that aside, it's like, can't there be one Shatner on social media besides Shatner? Why is he the only based common sense one?
Because James Wood said fuck too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cryptic. Mexicans in space? Juan can only imagine. God damn it.
Huh.
Well played, sir.
We were talking about this over on, was it Noir Bar? I can't remember. Oh, I drink and I'm medicated now. But I don't know if you know, like the rest of like the Star Trek, like the TOS crew, the TNG crew, they're all social justice as fuck, or don't say shit, and are, when specifically asked about it, go, oh yeah, totally. So it's either like they're all going along to get along.
Oh, I didn't realize there were 3 of them. Shit. Sorry, Bubba.
All right. They're either going along to get along, which I can appreciate. Somebody comes up to you, as a news entertainer, like an entertainment journalist, the worst of the bunch, right? And they say, would you be in favor of a trans character on the Enterprise? What are you going to do? Say no?
You got to say yes.
You have to. It's a gotcha question. It's like, do you like good things, or will absolutely destroy you for the next 3 days? Mm-hmm. Yes, I do like good things. Good. I thought so. And then the next day headlines is Star Trek actors fully in support of trans characters. Fuck.
Well, I talked about this a little bit before you got on. Did you see the headlines about Bernie and Warren?
Yeah, those are insane, dude.
Elizabeth Warren has come out and said that Bernie Sanders told her that no woman could win in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a big story. And everybody's like, oh, how could Bernie say that? One, he says he didn't, and she has no fucking proof that he did. There were aides there, but they have different recollections of the conversation as well.
There was aides there, all right.
But even more importantly, so what if he did?
Well, did you read the Washington Post? You got a sub to Washington Post, right?
Yeah.
I have a story about that.
Did you see Bernie's tweet today?
No.
He said, I was a feminist when Warren was still a Republican.
Yeah.
Nice.
Shots fired.
But what's in the Post?
Real quick, like, Bernie was never a fucking feminist. Bernie was a Marxist, and he sees the entire world through oppressor class and oppressed class. So he automatically, like every Marxist, takes the side of the oppressed and says, I'm on your side. Commies have been doing that since the Russian Revolution. It's how it works. They're not actually on the side of anybody oppressed. They're as anti-Semitic, racist, and blah, blah, blah as everyone else. They just sell you on, we're the only political movement that's going to address your downtrodden state. Because that's the garbage they pull. In any case, the Washington Post just directly refutes it. There's no evidence of this happening, and people that were present for the conversation that we've talked to said that Bernie didn't say that a woman couldn't win, said that Hillary Clinton is not going to win, or excuse me, the Democratic candidate is not going to win because Trump is going to pull nefarious tactics to pull off another victory.
So they're already kind of making excuses for what happens when Trump does win.
Well,
yes. Well,
one,
sure.
yes, and two, when even the Washington Post is not on your side, god damn.
You done fucked up?
There's nobody who's hello, fellow kids, hello, fellow Marxist, hello, fellow
Look, I
social
cut the
justice
knife.
warriors as Elizabeth Warren.
Oh, sure.
Like she was only all of these things as of 5 fucking minutes ago. The only thing that she's been consistent on is lying about being Native to promote her career. And when mainstream media people got behind her and started promoting her free of charge, then she, I went and apologized to the Cherokee people, not on camera. It's fine. They're fine with it.
Yeah, they're happy with what I did.
Yeah.
Shit. My brain is gone, you guys. I don't know what happened to it. The
F.
Yeah, it just F for my brain because I keep losing it. I was gonna say something and I don't remember what.
The biggest clown world thing is that Elizabeth Warren is a major contending candidate. More than Yang. People point at Yang and say, like, that's garbage, or that Bernie's up there. No, it's Elizabeth Warren. This is news entertainment in 2020. It's this fucking clown world. This lady who you should be against in every fucking way. She's a multimillionaire. Her husband's a multimillionaire. There were dozens of millions collectively, and she's selling coffee mugs being critical of billionaires.
Oh, that reminds me. Okay, I remember what I was going to say.
Full clown world.
She shit, I just lost it. What the fuck? Criticizing. Say what you said again, Polly. And I'm just going to interrupt you.
Clown world from the news entertainers because Warren's ahead. It's not about Yang. Yang seems ridiculous. That's what. But he's really not. The biggest joke going.
Oh yes, thank you. Her beer video.
Oh yeah.
If you want to talk about silly, stupid shit, and somebody like you're hello, fellow kids. That moment, how anybody can take her serious after this, I don't understand.
What's his name moment? We've talked about it before, Monkey. The candidate's name. He posed in the tank with the helmet.
Not Mondale. It was Dukakis.
Decade after Mondale. What the fuck was his name? Shit.
Michael Dukakis.
Thank you, Dukakis. That was career ruination or campaign ruination for him. It was like you looked like such a fool, but that beer moment, it just doesn't matter. Things are just, and like that, it's gone. And nobody cares. Like that, your entire career, Warren, is based upon you lying, either lying about being pregnant, lying about being negative. You're listed as a POC everywhere. You're in a cookbook called Pow Wow Chow. All the evidence is there that you are a fucking liar, and everyone hired you because you claimed you were a POC, and they just wanted the diversity hire to show that they had somebody.
Yep. That
they had a native person on board. And it's gone. Nobody cares.
Like, what? That's what with the Biden thing. Ed say, how is he still being taken serious as a candidate with everything we've seen from him? Protected, and somebody in chat actually said that. I think it was Shelley. The media is not showing this stuff. They don't. They're treating these people like they're damn near perfect. Did you see fucking Chris Cillizza, the balls on this motherfucker, talking about Cory Booker and how his message was about unity and hope and togetherness or whatever fucking shit. And he goes, and nobody listened. Like, motherfucker, you're in the press. How many articles did you write about him?
Yeah. Why isn't anybody else talking about the thing I should be talking about?
Once he leaves the race, suddenly, oh yeah, he matters. You didn't give him any fucking attention. Then you act like, oh my God, nobody paid attention. Neither did you, motherfucker. What are you talking about? But look how nice that makes it all look.
Excuse me, shit.
It's like, look, it's not us. The country's just not responding to love and unity, you guys. There's something wrong in Trump's America.
Civil War's coming, and we're going to cover every second of it and blame the people we don't like for it.
These, you know what? You call them news entertainers. I'm just calling them assholes from now on.
Bubba, I'm waiting by the lift thingy that we were at.
Because that's what they are. They're fucking lying assholes. And again, guys, this is what bothers me. Because even when they look, people have moved away from TV. You know where they go? They go to CNN.com. They go to ABC.com, CBS. They're still going to these same WashingtonPost.com. You know why I have a subscription to the Washington Post, Polly?
Huh.
Because they're the most sourced news out there. There's so many times you'll read it, even the fucking New York Times sources the Washington Post in a story according to the Washington Post. So I go to them because I know that's where the media is going to get all their fucking news. There's very few times that you'll see a story that breaks big that's not in the Post. So that's the one I went to. Plus, I know it's a bunch of shit that I'm going to disagree with most of the time anyway, and I need content. But yeah, I went with the one that everybody uses it. CNN uses it like religiously, like damn near every article they write. According to the Washington Post, President Trump is a dickhead. I mean, they don't even go out there and do their own shit. It's all of them using the same source to say the same shit.
And I've really become focused on this news entertainer thing, and it's everybody. Like it's everybody, right? Left, middle, all of it. Like Tucker too. Fuck it. I know that's an unpopular opinion, but him too. He's got more in common with The View than he does with journalism.
Watch it.
Well, it's no sacred cows.
Sure.
I mean, I'm there for Tucker Tuesday. You see me in chat.
Soon you're going to be uninvited.
Block this fucker. He's not a Tuckerite.
This motherfucker.
Listen, it's because Tucker's a great satirist. I remember.
No worries, Sex Bubba.
He's written a great number of satire books, and he's up there doing brilliant lambasting comedy, but people take it as news, and it's not. I see a lot of similarity between the way that you used to play Patrice and the way that you play Tucker. I don't see any problem with that. They're doing social and political satire. Tucker much more focused on particular things, Patrice on other things. I don't see an issue with it. But people are going to satirists for their opinions on how the world works. This is not good.
No, and you're right. You're absolutely right. And look, I like a lot of what Tucker does. I don't like some of what he does, but when you're talking about no, he's not news. He's a commentator.
Yep.
Just like Hannity, just like Maddow. Now they have different views they come from, but you're right. I can't count how many times I've seen somebody go, Sean Hannity said like,
fuck Sean Hannity. He's the
Subtle.
The Tucker. I love that he calls his show like there's an honesty from him that I can appreciate. I'm a talk show host, and this is a talk show.
Yeah,
and he goes, and Tucker says, I never attack Rachel Maddow because she doesn't claim to be a journalist. Oh, she edges right up next door to it. Do you think she calls her show a talk show? She doesn't. She doesn't. No. This is a political analysis, opinion-based show about the news. It's like, man, you're trying to camp right next door to journalism and get that reflective credibility.
Fair enough, but I give Maddow the same credit, I guess is the word, the same leeway, because she doesn't try to hide her politics. Excuse me. Not like a Lemon.
You took the words out of my mouth. It's the lowest of them is Lemon, who pretends that he's not doing a talk show like Tucker or like Rachel Maddow or like Sean Hannity. And he is. I mean, come on, man. You're the introduction show. It's like news, opinions, and editorials for the date of, and it's like, oh, fuck off. It's all opinion.
Yep.
It's the Lemon Forum.
Don Lemon, worst journalist of the year. Don
Burton says, wow, so 5 hours streaming earlier wasn't enough. An intervention is called for. Okay, look, a couple of things you guys should know. I'm alone today. My wife had to go into the office to work. I'm suffering a little bit of a bout of insomnia. My shoulder's really sore, and laying down on it causes quite a bit of pain. So I have to get myself really tired before I can lay down. I have to get to the point.
I think I got that thing here.
This is Worst Journalist of the Year, Don Lemon, Worst Journalist of the Year.
oh, ball swiper. Oh, God, that story.
Whatever happened to that?
It's in court right now, as far as I know.
That is hilarious.
Idle monkey hands are the devil's workshop. Well, look, I was sitting there. I was going to play a
Idle
game.
Monkey Hands are YouTube's workshop.
Indeed. I was going to play a game. And speaking of idle hands, my hands are a little cramping today. And that makes it kind of hard to use the controller or the keyboard.
Oh, boy.
So I was just fucking around on Twitter, and I saw so much stupid over there. So much stupid. It's like, I need to talk. I need to say things out loud. Yeah. Is it a problem? It depends. Do you like watching the show?
All right, Bubba. Now would be a wonderful time for you to show up.
Jedi says what Monkey's saying is that he needs us to bore him to sleep. No, it's not that, guys. It's not that. The other day, Lady Monkey, she actually tucked me into bed nice and everything, and gave me a kiss on my forehead. She was really worried about me. She had Married with Children started up for me because I've been having trouble sleeping, guys. So I'll be fine. Don't worry about me. But yeah, I do this when I'm bored and can't do other things. So idle hands lead to fapping 9 out of 10 times within minutes. Not at my age. This is a game stream or a rant show? Yes, Jake. To answer your question, yes. Somebody said they did see this. My stream popped up as a gaming stream.
It might be because I'm screen sharing.
I don't care. Fuck it.
Given
It
the
is
chat
gaming.
something to
We're just
laugh at.
talking politics over top of it. Is it a surprise that Don Lemon is a sour bastard? Did you see all the stuff from New Year's Eve?
Yep.
Oh, when he was talking about cocks on TV.
This dude every year makes an ass of himself on their New Year's Eve, and they keep putting him on there, letting him get drunk as fuck.
Right here, take a look at my temporary tattoo.
All right, here we go.
He's an embarrassment.
What the fuck?
Somebody invaded you, or that's a purposeful invasion, scripted invasion, maybe.
Oh, come on.
Remember when the Koch brothers were the financiers of all evil in the world?
Oh yeah.
Wow, it's like, so let me see if I get this right. Koch brothers are into financing what they're into financing, and news entertainers are running around, journalists going, "Oh, we're exposing everything that they're funding." And now Tom Steyer spends millions on a pro-impeach campaign. It funds his own progressive group, Need to Impeach.
Mm-hmm.
Generates all of this grassroots or astroturfed support for impeachment, which hasn't even held, because look at the favorable numbers for impeachment right now, right? And he's running around he's a fucking billionaire funding his political beliefs, and the news acts like it's not happening. And when it does come up, they just kind of mention it and like, oh, what a patriotic citizen for doing that.
Well, look at how much money
Bloomberg funds an election in Virginia that very well might be the start of an actual civil war, not the pretend one that the news entertainers want.
Really?
Well, yeah.
Well, he's the one that largely funded. Two things happened at the same time. Republicans in Virginia got caught very flat-footed. They did not put enough candidates forward that were pro-Second Amendment. They got caught really unaware and didn't think they needed to dump as much money into this NRA as well. They got caught flat-footed, and Michael Bloomberg dumped, was it $6.57 million into a state election, which is kind of unheard of, because he wanted to flip Virginia, and he successfully did it. And what's the first thing that they put forward, like before the session had even begun? Well, all the stuff that very well might start the boogaloo.
Yep.
And because their taskmaster who paid them and funded them, guess what he wants? Well, he's the primary financier behind Everytown America, behind 50 other gun control groups that have gone and come and failed. Take a look at all the gun control groups he's funded entirely on his own and then failed, and then he recombined them. Everytown America is a combination of two prior groups that he funded. We only know who
30,000 souls. Shit.
David Hogg is. The only reason we know, like, who do you think paid for him to fly around the country and to stand in front of that massive pavilion where he made his stupid little speech? That was all Everytown America. That was all Michael Bloomberg money. And nobody, this guy is just a patriotic citizen out there doing what he feels is necessary. He's not evil Koch brothers.
Look at
the difference with the news entertainment softening that which they like. I'm starting to see less and less
example right now. You have
corporate news and
De Blasio, man.
Oh, yeah.
This motherfucker's buying his way into the election.
And there's no criticism of that. Now, when
No.
right-wingers do it, it's like evil Texas oil men are getting involved in twisting politics, and this is not what the founders wanted.
It's suddenly horrible whenever a right-winger uses money to influence an election in one way or another.
Absolutely.
The Democrats, Bloomberg, Steyer, totally fine.
They're patriots.
Nothing to look at here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bloomberg is that was Everytown. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
I'm back at the steps, Bubba, by the way.
He also what's the one that he funded? Because there's the mom group that he also funded.
Yeah, they were part of the group that was recombined into Everytown America.
Right. Yeah. Well, Everytown was a thing, and then they had the mom one, and they kind of folded them together. Yeah.
Yes.
This motherfucker just runs around spending millions doing this shit. And it's okay. They need to get money out of politics, but only on one side.
Exactly.
Oh, I'm still hollow shit.
And the entire thing of, well, we need to stop super PACs. Nobody influences super PACs more greatly than left groups. So what are you talking about?
Yeah, guys, moms demand action. That's what it is. Cheryl, love you back, sweetheart. I hate these groups, man. I really do. And I do hate the fact, yeah, it's funny how money in politics, they're out there. Do you realize what they did this year? I just realized it tonight. I don't know why I didn't catch on sooner. In order to get into the debate, you have to have at least 225,000 donors.
Mm-hmm.
This is a cheap way for the DNC to get money for their candidates. Because all they have to do, what they're doing is like, if you support this candidate, you got to give them at least $1 because they need that. They just need a donor. It's not $1. You have to have a certain amount of donors. So if you support them, if you're poor, just give them $1 because they need that to get into the fucking debate. Like, you dirty little bastards.
And I'm definitely one that's totally fine wearing the tinfoil hat. I could definitely see someone like Steyer sending out $200 and something thousand to random people and going, okay, donate this to this.
Well, I was just about to say they don't even need to do that. Like if you're a billionaire and you want the 225,000 separate donors, you just pay personally for a campaign to promote yourself for people to donate.
Yeah.
Again, it's about having the money, as if that gets money out of politics. That just encourages billionaires to start their own grassroots campaign.
Look, we need 225,000 donors to be on the stage. Come on, help us.
You're paying people to
fucking
go
extortion.
around and ask people for $1 door to door.
It's brilliant. When I noticed that tonight, because they didn't have a dollar amount. Usually they have the dollar amount too, and apparently they got rid of that. I'm like, that's fucking brilliant. You have 6 people on stage, basically $250,000 each. That's $1.5 million right there going into DNC coffers. Because it'll either be spent on these candidates who are all going to attack Trump, or they'll drop out and that money will go to the other candidates. I'm like, that's fucking brilliant. Real quick, Nuts asks, wasn't Bloomberg the one who said that poor people need to be kept poor? No, that was de Blasio.
Bubba, where'd you go?
That was, or not de Blasio. I keep saying de Blasio. I mean, no, it is, yeah, de Blasio. Mayor of New York.
Bill de Blasio, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we need to keep poor people poor.
There he is.
And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm remembering that wrong. Nuts, now you've made my mind go, wait, am I wrong here? Somebody look that up if you would. But we have to keep poor people poor because it'll help them learn and get better and be better people.
Are you guys playing the game right now? I am.
Oh, sorry, it was Bloomberg. Okay, you're right. Look, my memory can't be trusted. I remember it happened. And yeah, we have to keep poor people poor because it'll help them get educated, because they won't have the ability to go out and do fun things. They'll become more well-rounded people.
What?
Yeah.
We need more batteries in the Matrix, guys. That's
basically what he said. Yeah. It's when I saw that, I'm like, that I can't believe somebody said that out loud. But yeah, so
you think these people care about keeping up a facade? Absolutely not.
I think they. Well, that was suicidal. I think they do to a point, but they don't care. They'll sit there and pretend they care all day long, but then occasionally they'll accidentally say what they really mean. Freudian slips are a thing, but see, this wasn't a Freudian slip. He actually described how it helps poor people be poor or be better.
Like Biden saying that poor kids can be just as smart as white kids.
Yes,
That could be a Freudian slip.
and that one was. I mean, he just fucked up, and because he didn't mean to say, well, okay, I don't want to speak for Biden. I don't think he actually meant to say white kids, and he did catch himself really quickly. It's almost like Bloomberg is a tyrannical scumbag. Oh, yeah, right. He's not a good person, and his funding of the anti-gun stuff, he's a scumbag.
He absolutely is. And you should see the kind of security he has, armed security. It's fucking ridiculous. Long before he was ever mayor in New York.
You don't have that kind of money and just run around normal. So there's some learning involved, I guess. I'm not sure. But poor people lose money quickly too if they happen to be rich accidentally. Managing money is a skill that needs to be acquired. He wasn't talking about learning to manage money. That wasn't his point.
Bubba, I think we got separated.
His point was that keeping them poor will help them learn, and not to learn finances, but what is this? Wait. Oh, that's awesome. Sorry, guys. Personal stuff on my phone that I have to respond to real fast. It's from my daughter, and she comes first. I texted her this morning because I was listening to music for a while, and I can't help myself. Sometimes I have to listen to Ready, Set, Don't Go, and that song makes me tear up thinking. I've actually cried really big boogery tears. You get the snot bubbles and tears. Snot bubbles coming out and shit. Yeah, because the first time I ever listened to that song, my daughter had gone off to college. And I'd never heard it before, and it came up in my recommended, so I listened to it, and it just brought me to tears, man. And every so often I'll listen to it, and I'll text her and tell her how much I miss her and how proud I am of her. And I happened to do that this morning. I love my little girl. She's my sweetheart.
Gay.
Salty boogers. Yeah, look, man. Sometimes you get those hearts. That was a sob, man. I'm not even gonna lie. I was sobbing. My little girl's all grown up and she don't need me no more. Yeah, that's my girl. That's just going on in Virginia, is going on in Indiana and several other states due to Bloomberg and his damn deep pockets. I get you, brown coats, but in Virginia they've taken it to the extreme. What he pulled off there was an absolute ass whipping. The Democrats just took over the entire government of Virginia. Yeah, and not just regular Democrats, man. You fucking loon Democrats.
Well, like I said, there's a bunch of things that went into it, and it's important to remember to look at how slim the margin is that they took control by. But in a state legislature, that's enough to be able to pass what they want to pass, which is why they've been able to already get their gun control initiatives out of committee this fast. They're going to pass the shit out of it.
Well, this whole thing, the reason we all know about it is because he asked them to draft it before they were even in session.
No.
What'd you say?
Someone told me to attack the statue.
Oh.
Anyway. And people talk about they caved, they put grandfather clauses in. And it's like, and no new ones, you fucking moron, like no new so-called assault weapons, which is basically anything but a lever action and a bolt action.
Well, did they finally put a real grandfather clause in there? Because the last one I saw only grandfathered it till July.
It did give a grace period of a full year now. But
Oh, okay.
the thing that nobody looks at are the ranges, are the one of the big things that are going on, or in terms of the laws, is that you cannot operate as a range, as a privately owned range, if it's not registered, owned, and operated by the government or for law enforcement, unless you keep a record of everybody who visits your range and uses your range with a government issue photo ID. So they're not registering the guns; they're registering the gun owners and those who are going to the range to use them. So we'll get you one way or another. And you cannot do this if you operate a range that has more than 12 employees or so. I forget what the particular number is. There's only one range that's targeting particularly. You know what it is?
Yeah, I did get a ring, Bubba.
What's that?
The NRA's range in Fairfax.
Mm.
They drafted legislation that would particularly target the NRA's range. So this is Bloomberg money and is paid for politicians putting forth legislation that's targeting their political enemies and using state power to do it. And the National Guard's going to fucking back them up. And if you oppose it, it's because you're a racist and want dead men in Virginia Beach. Dead black men in Virginia Beach, because
of course
these things all relate somehow. It's like, look at all the dead men, dead black people in Virginia Beach. If you're opposed to this, it's because you're a racist. It's like, it's the same old conversation. How are any of the initiatives put forth going to affect gang violence in Virginia Beach? And
you know what I don't understand? I need this explained, and it's probably not got an explanation. But we can't have voter ID laws because it's racist.
Yeah.
Wouldn't this be racist too for the same reason?
Oh, monkey. That's silly. It's not racist because
black people don't want access to guns. It's just a bunch of angry, troublemaking rednecks that cling to God and guns, as our prophet Obama told us.
Right. Cling to your Bible and guns. Yeah, that fucking asshole. Midnight says noon, Miller time. Look, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, right? But with that, we've been going for 2.5 hours, and I'm getting sleepy. I hopefully sleepy enough to sleep. I'm not kidding, man. I have to be like ready to die. And the other problem is it gets later and later. So like if I go to sleep now, if I end up getting a good sleep, I'll sleep through the show.
Right. There's more and more going on later in the day, the longer you sleep. I hear you.
Yeah. So eventually I'll have a day that just resets myself, where eventually I'll work myself up to where I go to sleep at like 11 some night. Anything. God damn it. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you guys coming out and listening to us all the time we do this. As much as I stream, you guys are amazing. Come hang out with me. And I know you dip in and out, and that's great, and I appreciate it. But don't forget to share, because we need more people to come hang out with our great chat. We need it to bloom.
Berg.
Thank you so much for the donations. It really does help. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. See, I told you I was tired. I really do appreciate the donations, and you keep me in ramen, and that's a
you keep
thing.
me in ramen.
Ramen is a good thing.
Yeah, it is. I like ramen myself.
It's part of the food of the gods, my friend. Polly, is there anything you want to shill today?
Crap. Both hands are occupied. I'm playing a phone game right now. Yeah, go check out my channel. It's awesome. Fun things happen there.
His channel's linked below. So is his Twitter. Check it out.
Yay.
Sin, anything you want to shill?
Yeah, Tucker Tuesday later on today.
That'll be on Sinatra Says.
Yep. And I should Asterix have a aquarium video up later. Asterix.
Should. Fair enough. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching.
Bastard.
What's that?
Sorry, I'm just playing PvP here, and I beat some son of a bitch over in the Middle East.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Polly, Sin, thank you guys for joining me. Everybody, don't forget to come watch Lords of the Night, 9 p.m. Eastern on Scribe Lights channel. Hope to see you there. Everybody, have a great day.
See ya.
Bye.
Have a good day, everyone.